Good morning, good afternoon, and once again, good evening. This is one of your own, Biafra TV, welcoming you this afternoon for one of the wonderful programs we are about to dish out to the world for them to understand that we understand what is our problem at this stage that we are into. That is why we are here this afternoon. People understand what we want and why Nigeria problem must be disintegration is the solution to the problem that the indigenous people are going through today in the hands of Nigeria. That there is no other remedy to stop this problem except disintegration of Nigeria, organizing the people of United State of Biafra to end the one Nigeria is to end insecurity, to end a name called Nigeria is to end genocide, to end the name called Nigeria is to end kidnapping, to end the name called Nigeria is to end human rights abuse, to end Nigeria is to end abuse of rights and to end corruption in this world. That is why we as people of Biafra are letting the world to know that the only solution for Nigeria at this time is only disintegration of Nigeria is the only option. There is no other option except disintegration of Nigeria. That we end every impunity, that we end the genocide that the world are finding solution to solve. Only recognizing Biafra as a country. That is when we said disintegration and when we said solution. The solution is to focus on what the people of Biafra has already mapped out there, that we have given the world the solution to end everything that is called Nigeria is the only solution to end the insecurity that Nigeria is bringing into the entire world. Without ending Nigeria, the world must continue. The world must continue to experience insecurity. And what you are experiencing from the hands of Iran will be worse than what is to come if Arnold, America, Israel, and the whole world did not come together to disintegrate Nigeria. Why do we say so? Nigeria is a building that built by mistake. Nigeria is never a country being created for interests of human being. The white man, Frederick Lugard, and the British created Nigeria in the interest of a business company that being owned by the British. And they are the one running their business. They don't want anybody to interfere into the business. The name Nigeria was not being given by the indigenous people. Rather, the name Nigeria was being given by a white man. That is why Arnold, this message today is for you and the entire world to check why the forefathers of Nigeria said that Nigeria as a country is a mistake. And the mistake is what is killing the people. The building, the house called Nigeria, the four corner has been cracked. And when a house is being cracked by the four corner, and it remain only the center wall, and we all understand very well, if you're a builder, that is the four pillar that is outside the four corners of the wall is what is holding the building. Once the four pillar is being cracked from the foundation, when the four pillar, now Nigeria is a country that the three pillar has cracked, only one remain. And there is no way this one pillar that remains will hold this building. The one pillar that is strong, the one pillar that is standing strong cannot hold the building anymore. It can never hold it again. What is that one pillar? The one pillar is Nigeria military by repentant Boko Haram cannot hold the country because they are the problem of the country. And because of Nigeria was never created to be a country in the first place. That is why the building is going down. And what can you do to this building? Is to demolish the building and start afresh. That is why that the only option to end what is going on in Nigeria today is disintegration of Nigeria. Allowing people to live the way they are living before the amalgamation of 1914. Arnold of America, please, we urge you to visit, to ask. It's in your hand to find out the history of how Nigeria becomes a country. Like when I asked you yesterday on the S, I asked you, did anybody force you to be America, to answer America as a country? You said no. I also asked you yesterday, who was an outsider who gave you the name United States of America, US? Who gave you? Said that is by you people. And I also remind you that it is all about the 56 Continental Congressmen of America adopted and signed since 1776 that your name should be, that you should answer, the name of your country is US. And you said yes. Now, when you ask you again, on this S handle, about 60% of those S handle has told you that the solution of Nigeria is disintegration of Nigeria. By votes on here right now, the people are here are winning, that they want out. That they don't believe in the mistake called Nigeria as a country. A country, you, and I also make you to understand that, Arnold, that did your forefathers who signed that America should be a country, did any one of them say that a name America as a country, that a country named America is by mistake? And you said no. Why that your own forefathers never said that America to become a country is a mistake? And why that those who created Nigeria, who are the forefather, not the founding fathers, said that Nigeria is a mistake? That if their children refuse to adhere that instruction to divide Nigeria, that Somaliland will be better than Nigeria in the present future. And here today is happening. And we that understand this, what is happening, agreed that the only thing that will end the ongoing genocide, the insecurity, is by disintegration of Nigeria. Then, when Nigeria is being disintegrated, the ethnic people or the geopolitical areas like all the Eastern region happen to be right now current United States of Biafra. We will use our hand to control our border by the indigenous people. I also ask you, is there any outsider who is controlling your border? Did any migration from any part of the world be in charge to control your territory? And you said no. Can't you see today how porous that Nigeria territory is? That simply means that nobody is a Nigerian. And you need to also go and check. You need to also check, why was Nigeria being created as a country? Is it being created as a country for the interest of the human being, or is it for interest of property, gain, and profit that United Kingdom is going to get from it? If it is because of that, then that's why I ask you, go and check how Nigeria is being created, and also check how people was living before the 1914 amalgamation. And I ask you again, did anybody amalgamated you to answer America? He said no. We have opted out from that amalgamation, that by force country. We said no. So I am sending message to Arnold and to the whole world that are looking for solution of Nigeria. The solution is what I am giving you, or we have already given you through our peaceful declaration of November the 29th, 2024, is the solution of Nigeria. The Biafran people are like America. When you move, other countries follows. Oduduwa is there waiting, honestly, for us to exit. They will exit. The Hausas, the lower Benuas, the Benue people are waiting for us to exit so they can also exit. Go and verify through all these people. As what do they want? Everybody wants opting out from the name called Nigeria. Nigeria simply means a death sentence to every indigenous person. Once you are in Nigeria, you have passed death sentence over you. Nobody will ask. That is why you see all the massacre, all the killings that is going on today in that death sentence called Nigeria. Arnold, what is happening in Nigeria? Can it happen in any white man country? And people will condone it without dividing that country and ask people to stay according to their geopolitical area. We are calling and sending message, and today we are giving you the solution that you are looking for. If you are not making any money, if you are not having any personal interest from the enclave called Nigeria, if you are not making any gain, if you are not having any business from there, then the solution, after listening to this program, I want you to check and revisit before 1904, before 1906, what was the life of the people then? And you need to ask and research under your custody what is happening between now and before the 1914. The level of the insecurity that is happening today is happening. If it is not happening, you will know that the way we are, the old Eastern region living on their own, the Yorubas living on their own, the Hausas living on their own, the Jihadist Fulanis, Sokoto Caliphate living on their own, there was no level of this killing that we are seeing today. The amalgamation of the name Nigeria, which happened to be death sentence, the meaning, is why people are being fired every day. How could you want solution without checking the foundation? If engine is having a problem, you bring the engine down, pieces the engine and change what is the problem and refix it back and put it together, the engine will work. Now, we are calling for you to revisit the foundation as the engine that is cracked, that something is making noise inside the engine. How can you find a solution from the engine of the car without bringing the engine down? Pieces the engine. When you pieces the engine, you find you and remove the problem. That is why we told you that the only solution is to pieces Nigeria as an engine car. When you pieces the Nigeria, you find the problem, you remove it. Then you will now find that going back to the way we are before the 1914 amalgamation was the better option for us to live. And this time, we have given you the ultimate power by the peaceful declaration under the law of the 21st century, which you knows very well, that controls the world at this time around. That is why, if you happen to be, it simply means America did not have the right to invade Iran when you talk about respecting territorial integrity of Nigeria. Is it not what is happening in Nigeria that is happening in Iran that makes America to invade Iran? Under the UN Charter, you say that you don't have the right, but you did because of what? You value the life of the people. So is it because of we are black? That is why you don't value our life. And you yesterday, you are telling us that the best option is to make Nigeria a better place. How? Now, how can you make Nigeria a better place? Why those that are the foreign jihadis and their children, they have trained their children how to carry gun. And you will see a boy of 12 years, 15 years carrying arms and doing kidnapping and be buying people. That is why we told you that the engine has been cracked down. There is no oil. And because of there is no oil, the engine has knocked. Nigeria is a car engine that already knocked. We only need to bring it down. Removed all the old things that have P6. How? By disintegration of Nigeria. Every ethnic group want to exit and live the way they want. Don't be afraid. That's why I ask you. When America decided to exit from the hands of the Great Britain, I asked yesterday, I was one asked that question on Biafra TV. I asked you, when America is trying to exit from United Kingdom, did they make it? You said yes. Are you afraid of that you are going to fall back and start from the crash? You said no. Don't be afraid. Don't care about us. We know what we have what it takes to build up. Even if we are wasting time, and we will move on. That is my message to you as we are going straight into the document, so you can hear. Those are the forefather, not the founding, because the founding father of Nigeria was the Federal Lugard, who signed the name Nigeria and the Constitution of Nigeria in London, in Berlin, in London. Did anybody sign the document and the law of America? Did the UK sign and give it to you, United Kingdom, when you are exiting from them? That is why we are asking the world that the solution Arnold was asking yesterday, which I told you that the only solution is disintegration of Nigeria. When a building is being cracked, Nigeria is made up of 4 countries. Now, these 4 countries that made up of Nigeria are at the 4 corners of the building, where you have the 18 inches pillar. The 18 inches pillar on every side of it has cracked. Everybody wants opting out from Nigeria. That is why I said it has been cracked. On that yesterday, I asked you, if you happen to be a lecturer and in your class, over 70% people in the same class at a time has voted that we want this teacher to be removed, are you not going to remove the teacher for the school to proceed? Removing the name Nigeria, we have removed it, give you solution, give you the option through authentic, qualified documents of a peaceful declaration that you, America, introduced to the world 1776. What leads to Morocco to give you the recognition? And that wasn't enough. You hold on until France back you up. Then you take your country. And the answer, America today. Are you afraid? I asked you yesterday, Arnold, are you afraid that if you leave Great Britain, that you're going to start from the scratch? You said no. I also asked you yesterday, Arnold, did anybody force you to answer America? He said, I said, did France, Great Britain, did any country in the world gives you a name? America, you said no. And it was being chosen by the people of America. And I now ask you, is it the 56 Continental congressmen signed it, and I now told you that the people of the United States of Biafra has made it the same level of having a country you undergrow, and now we have gone through that process. We declared our own on November 29, 2024, and what happened? That over 556 people signed, more than what signed in your own country. That we have signed, we have agreed that what we want, our own country, and the name we agreed, like what you agreed in 1776 is United States of America. We have also agreed that our name is United States of Biafra. What is the problem? That's why I said I left with option for you to revisit Nigeria Foundation, how Nigeria was a mistake country, and how the forefathers, not the founding, because nobody signed Nigeria as a country, non-indigenous person, because it was being signed in London, in Berlin, precisely. So today, we have telling the world that the thing that is happening today in Nigeria is because of the name called Nigeria. It is a total mistake. Nigeria name simply means death sentence to every indigenous people. That is why only in April alone, over 500 people has been massacred. It's not simply a death sentence, and no action was being taken. We are not even talking about the genocide of 1967 to 1970 that is still continued today. Arnold, the solution, if you are not having any interest, if Nigeria has never opened any account and paid in dollars the money they brought from the United Kingdom into your account, the solution is the disintegration of Nigeria. Nigeria must be the breakdown. It already broke. We the Biafra, like it or not, have exit. When you want to exit from the United Kingdom, nobody stop you. Nobody stop you. That's why I also remind you that if coming to the real truth of your law of the United Nations Charter, you don't have the right to invade in vain, to invade Iran. But because of the ongoing genocide, because of the killings of the Christians, you intervene. And you want them to be in charge of their country. That is how we, the people of Biafra, that have never agreed in the first place, using our mind, that we don't want Nigeria. That is why we refuse to accept Nigeria as a country. And there's nothing anybody can do about that. Now we have crossed Rubicon by making our peaceful declaration. We have repeated what you did in 1776. We have done our own November 29, 2024. And on that mandate, we stand. That the name United States of Biafra is our country. So before we go into documents, I want to greet those in the comment section without wasting time. But we don't want this message. We want to send a message to the world and Arnold to listen to it. Sunday Weke, I see you. Edith, I see you. Ahmad Chigozie, Chris Biafran son, I see you. Ugochukwu, I see you. And I see you again. Ijele Tina, good afternoon from here. Maureen, I see you. Thank you for coming. This is those in the comment section. Thank you for you all to being here. We are diving straight into the document to read this research of the history of Nigeria, for sending this message on a name, particular Arnold, and the America, Israel, and the whole world to know that living Nigeria as a country, you are living a danger, a threat to you.
The statement, Nigeria is a mistake, is a heavy sentiment that has echoed through the country's history, from the halls of colonial administration to modern-day social media. It usually refers to the belief that the nation was constructed without a cohesive foundation, leading to the friction we see today. To understand why this perspective exists, and the counter-arguments to it, we have to look at how the Lego blocks of Nigeria were put together. 1. The historical root, the 1914 Amalgamation. The primary evidence cited by those who share this sentiment is the Amalgamation of 1914. Before British intervention, the territories that make up Nigeria were home to diverse empires, kingdoms, and caliphates, such as the Sokoto Caliphate, the Oyo Empire, and the Kingdom of Nri, with vastly different languages, religions, and political structures. Lord Frederick Lugard, the British Governor-General, merged the northern and southern protectorates primarily for administrative and financial convenience. The north was running a budget deficit, while the south had a surplus. Merging them allowed the colonial office to balance the books. The artificial border, Critics argue that these borders were drawn in Berlin and London without regard for the ethnic or cultural compatibility of the people living within them. 2. Supporting arguments for the mistake theory. Those who believe the Union is fundamentally flawed often point to three recurring issues: structural friction, the tripod of the three major ethnic groups, Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba, and Igbo, has often led to a zero-sum game in politics, where one group's gain is perceived as another's loss. The Civil War, 1967 to 1970, the Biafran War, is frequently cited as the ultimate proof of the Union's fragility, representing a violent attempt to undo the 1914 merger. Constitutional instability. Many argue that Nigeria has never had a people's constitution, but rather sets of rules imposed by military decrees that fail to address the specific needs of a multi-ethnic state. 3. The counter perspective, unity in diversity. On the flip side, many scholars and leaders argue that while the origin may have been colonial, the entity is now a reality that offers unique strengths: economic scale. Nigeria's massive population makes it the largest market in Africa, providing leverage in global trade that smaller, fragmented states would lack. Shared identity. Over a century of coexistence, intermarriage, and internal migration has created a Nigerian-ness that transcends ethnicity, particularly among the youth and the diaspora. The mistake of many nations. Proponents of unity point out that almost all modern nation-states, including the US and UK, were formed through conquest or arbitrary mergers. Success, they argue, isn't about how a country started, but how it is governed now. A famous quote to consider: Nigeria is not a nation. It is a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigeria is merely a distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria from those who do not. Chief Obafemi Awolowo, 1947, Summary Table, Perspectives on the Union. Theme: the mistake view, the potential view. Origin: arbitrary colonial invention, a foundation for a powerful African giant. Conflict: inevitable due to ethnic differences, a result of poor leadership, not diversity. Future: requires restructuring or secession, requires better governance and nation building. While the sentiment is rooted in the pain of historical and current struggles, it remains one of the most debated topics in African geopolitics. Do you think the primary issue is the way the country was formed, or is it more about how it has been managed since independence in 1960?
Mark Arnold, we want you to listen to this. And on the program, I must tag you on the on your S handle. I will make sure that you get this message, and I will be giving you more to read, because you cannot jump from somewhere. I was watching at you yesterday. I was laughing at you yesterday when you was narrating things about Nigeria. You just jump from up. It's like when a house has been cracked and you went to paint the house, is it going to stop the house from being falling down? The answer is no. When the pillars of the house has cracked from the foundation, the house must be brought down. How do you people, America, how did Israel, how the entire world, Mark Arnold, in your own intelligence and everything you know, how do you think that this particular building that has been cracked from foundation, that the center block can carry the house? Nigeria military is a center block. He cannot hold the house. He cannot hold the country. It's at a time. Nigeria has expired. Nigeria has cracked from the foundation. Why do I say so? Check today, a boy, a jihadist Fulani, 15 years child, has learned how to carry AK-47. He has also learned how to use it to do what? To kidnap and kill people and buy people every day. They have taken over from where their father stopped. And the push in country this world, that's you, America. I want to know, those and outside countries like Africa, or the other countries that are not from the indigenous people of America that are in your prison, have you brought them out to put them inside your military? Can't you see why the foundation is being collapsed? Those who has been already that our agenda is to kill. Our agenda is to take over. You will brought them out with the same interest in their mind, and now give them authority to go out and wipe indigenous people. After recruiting them, the first thing they do is to send them in the United States of Biafra territory to buy the people who want out, because you refuse to understand that it's all about the agenda of Islamization. How you today America is fighting invade Iran because of the agenda of Islamization. In the first place, Iran, was the Islam country? In the first place, Turkey, was the Islam country? How did they get there? Isn't all the criteria how they got there is what Nigeria is going to Nigeria today? By overbuying and killing the indigenous people, like I told you yesterday on the S handle. So no matter what you think or how you feel it, the truth must be told. This name Nigeria simply means a death sentence. That is why people died. Nobody talk about it, and it's not the people move on. Nobody who will die tomorrow. If you prove that America, that you answer today, was a free-minded country, people choose to answer. Even though in your own case you have betrayers, you have those that over 558 people who sign that they don't want America to become a country, push, let us give them punishment and chase them away from America. Any other group you saw is they're talking there, we are IPOB, the Chiamaka, Jerry, and all of them. They are people like in your own time that signed that America should not become a country. And you will continue, move away, move forward. America is the best country today. That is why the Biafra, you see that people are denying today, is going to be one of the best in the world. In Africa, we are the light of Africa. That is why do all of you never think that way, that this light must shine, and this light is what is going to bring the end of the ongoing genocide, the end of kidnapping, the end of intimidation, the end of human rights abuse, the end of by force you must stay. Did anybody sign that Nigeria should be a country? The answer is no. But today, people have signed, over 500 have signed that our name of our country is United States of Biafra. You see that Biafra was being denied in 1970. It's also part of why people are dying, because if Biafra was a country from that time to today, America will not come to deal with Sokoto, with people in that area. So, Mark Arnold, we want you to know that the only solution is disintegration of Nigeria, recognizing USB in abbreviation, which is United States of Biafra, with our territorial government. And I know that what US government is offering, no country will reject it, and no one can never reject it this time around, because it's under peaceful movement. It's not under gun and bullets. It's no longer under war. It's no longer under armed struggle. The solution is only, yes, the recognition of what we have offered to the table. Or if you refuse to do that, you will continue running around without finding solution. And the more you run around, the more you get into the worst. After you have invaded and killed people in Sokoto, what happened today? The killing of those that have died today has been outlined, the number that America killed in December 2025. December 25. That happened last year. Yes, the present people that had died today, the number of those that America killed in Sokoto has moved. In fact, the larger number is what has died this time around. And how do you stop it? How? If America, it could not take you 1 month to stop Iran, is in Nigeria. That's all of them has know what they want. They want Nigeria as a name, but they want Islamization. People are being died by force because they said that Iran conquered their people by force. And those who refuse to be conquered, who has a way of traveling, they run into your countries and you give them shield. Is that what you want for us? And we said no to that. That is why we have offered to the world that the solution is recognition of United States of Biafra. Biafra recognition is the only way out to stop the impunity. Once we move, others move. America today, every other country follows you out of this president today because of your name is America and because of you doing a good job and people move. Mark Arnold, stop and do the right thing. How much did they give you? How much did the Nigerian government give you, Arnold, that you are talking about Nigeria? Talking about Nigeria, why can't you tell your president to stop invading Iran now, to allow people to be high every blessed day? It's the same thing. The Islamization of Iran refused to accept peace talk. That's because they want Iran to remain Islam. That's what they want it to be. Then on that note, you don't have right to invade them. So if you cannot invade Nigeria by disintegrating Nigeria, recognizing Biafra, you are doing nothing. You are supporting the killing. You do know that in this world, is only these people have what? OIC, the Organization of Islam. Christians do not have any organization that controls them in the world. And Nigeria is among them. Nigeria was registered in this in 1986. Nigeria was registered here in 1986. No, he was yesterday. I was on my own. Someone sent me a link that to join the conversation with Arnold, which I joined. That's why I don't have a time fully. The time I have at work, I used to join. He was asking for solution of Nigeria. And what's part of it is that when you say the solution, he will counter it. He wants them that we being a one Nigeria is better option. That's why I asked him, why not you being under Great Britain is better option for you? Why do you opt out from the Great Britain and have your country, America? That is the question he could not be able to answer me yesterday. And I told him I'll be back for you again. Because you must answer, why did you move away under the Great Britain and become the world power you are today? So in that conversation, a lot. And everybody who comes in, even those one Nigeria, even a man from Delta was telling him that talking about Nigeria as the one country is not possible. That it cannot happen anymore. That is why today I am giving him the root of Nigeria, the history. Like I said, I have already get to your handle. After today, I will be giving you that message so you will check, you will read and see why Nigeria is not a country. Nobody is a Nigerian. Nobody. Before the amalgamation, we have been living. Before the amalgamation, there is no genocide. British brought the genocide. They teach the Fulanese, the Sokoto Caliphate, how to Islamize the people by thunder, by force. So if nobody forces you to remain or to exit from them, then you don't have power to come. And that's why I ask you, why are you forcing us to remain under one Nigeria? He said no, that you're not forcing us. Then why are you campaigning for solution of one Nigeria? And when we give you the solution, and the solution is disintegration, and you said no, that is not the best way, that we are going to suffer. Is it your sufferness? Allow us to suffer. Do you not suffer before you get to where you are today? I asked you yesterday. Yes, I struck in yesterday. In my time, I asked him questions, and the person I asked him is what I'm addressing here also. Immediately I heard about him, I dropped into the airspace yesterday. So I asked him, you see, all the questions I'm asking here is what I asked him yesterday. And I closed by telling him that the only solution is recognition of what you did in 1776 that we have repeated. He now asked me what I said is about re-declaration of United States of Biafra with documents. That was the program yesterday before I left, before my time, because they only give 2 minutes. But when I was talking, the lady gave me about 3 minutes to talk. And I thank that our brother who sent me that link yesterday on my WhatsApp. Thank you so much. That is the kind of thing I want. Jump in there. We must preach. We must tell what the truth. Nobody will force us to stay. And I asked him, my last question was, why are you forcing us to stay? And that is why after that one, he said that. And I said, you're not forcing us. Okay, fine. And then you are not against us, right? He said, yes, that you're not against Biafra as a country. But that he suggests, I said, that suggestion is for is medicine after death. It's not working. And it can never work for us. So, Mark Arnold, this my message today is for you. This is my message. This program is today is for you. I want you to listen to this. I told you that they are the forefather, not the founding, not the owners. They refuse the name Nigeria. So that is why after this, I already have your S handle. I will tag you and forward you. In fact, I will use the research to forward on your line so you can find out and stop this, because Nigeria has no solution. Mommy Stella Zoka, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Dylan, when I see you, you are here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Ebere, I see you. Thank you. Bishop Onaga, I see you. The real bishop, not the fake one in Nigeria. So let us listen to the program again.
The statement, Nigeria is a mistake, is a heavy sentiment that has echoed through the country's history, from the halls of colonial administration to modern-day social media. It usually refers to the belief that the nation was constructed without a cohesive foundation, leading to the friction we see today. To understand why this perspective exists, and the counter-arguments to it, we have to look at how the Lego blocks of Nigeria were put together. 1. The historical root, the 1914 amalgamation. The primary evidence cited by those who share this sentiment is the amalgamation of 1914. Before British intervention, the territories that make up Nigeria were home to diverse empires, kingdoms, and caliphates, such as the Sokoto Caliphate, the Oyo Empire, and the Kingdom of Nri, with vastly different languages, religions, and political structures. Lord Frederick Lugard, the British Governor-General, merged the northern and southern protectorates primarily for administrative and financial convenience. The North was running a budget deficit, while the South had a surplus. Merging them allowed the colonial office to balance the books. The artificial border. Critics argue that these borders were drawn in Berlin and London without regard for the ethnic or cultural compatibility of the people living within them. 2. Supporting arguments for the mistake theory. Those who believe the union is
Sorry, I want to pause it. I want Mark Arnold, because yesterday he said I am talking as if I am attacking. I'm not attacking you, Mark Arnold. But the issue that the bitter truth is what I say. I told you yesterday, I am here to give you a bitter truth. I am not calling you to come on my page, like Shiamaka Adjere calling you to come on his page, that he's from government in exile. Hey, Jesus. If it don't happen, IPOB was there championing that they are the authority. But time will tell. The document we have will tell everything at this stage that we are into. And like I told you that nobody will stop us. And I ask you, have you checked how Nigeria becomes the roadblock of Nigeria becoming a country? Have you checked about it? Have you? Is it how you become a country? Is how others become? And do you know that out of the 20 in this world, out of the 59, you become a country? Is how others become? Sorry about that. And do you know that out of the sorry about that. I am putting it on the speaker so you can sound clear, more than this area. So when I ask you again, all my questions is what I ask you, Mark Arnold. When you opted out from Great Britain, did you went into conflict war between America and America? He said yes. And that's why I told that every group you are seeing here is internal conflict. The only government we have is the authentic USB United States of Biafra document that made a peaceful declaration. That's the only government in exile we have. So, and he said, on the next X, I am waiting, and I have told communication, I'm waiting for you to come. And that's why I said, Biafra, that is the kind of place I want to go. That is the place. If you go in there today, honestly, fall back. BGC, Shiamaka Ajere, IPOB. I was only the one from University of Biafra who was there. And I tell them to give me a chance more than another person to talk. Others talk 2 minutes. I thank God for giving me 3 minutes to because the lady see the way I'm going. And there was one white lady who was, Susanna was there, who was pumping love and telling me 100% you're on point on your direction and the person you are asking. So we need to watch out. Sometimes you go to X, find out those online and listen, pay attention. From there, we also give the message out. Because you know that those are with misinformation always first. And you know that the right information comes at last. This is how it happens. So I want to switch it over to where it can be easy for me to pause and make a comment to Arnold. And I want to read fast and give Biafra a chance also to come in and send message to Arnold. The happiness of that out yesterday was, if the people on that earth was 500, 400 stand on the Nigeria disintegration. And I also watched when I was talking. I see how the emoji was pumping up. Because I give him examples of why Nigeria is no longer going to work. That those things that lead the America to exist from Great Britain and become who they are today, more than that has happened to us. So I want you to know that Nigeria is a car that the engine boss has break down. So how the engine has knocked? How can you fix the car back? It's not by losing the car and bringing it down. Okay, Mama Great, I thank God it was that space. I hope you had my voice. Or are you there when I make my speech yesterday? I hope you are there when I make my speech. I thank you that you verified that you was there yesterday.
The statement Nigeria is a mistake is a heavy sentiment that has echoed through the country's history, from the halls of colonial administration to modern-day social media. It usually refers to the belief that the
1 minute. Let us connect to the speaker. Just, it's very simple. Go to S handle, tap write Arnold on X. Once you write it, then it will appear. What is happening? Why are you not coming up? Please, 1 minute.
The primary evidence cited by the Amalgamation of 1914. Before British intervention, the territories that...
No, the message, the program was not on my... I did not hosted anybody. Like I said, I was at work at night when a brother sent me the link that please, I should join this conversation. And I tried to find my 5 minutes out from my work to join. Yes, the spelling on his S handle is, let me give it to you because I write it down because I want to always to be checking out. The spelling is MikeArnold. Arnold. His handle is MIKE space ARNOLD. Arnold. Just that is his name on the S handle. It's very easy to find. It's very easy. Yes. The Uche he called is not our own Uche, yes. Because I was thinking we called him. But when the person starts to speak, I know that is not Uche. So please let us proceed.
Make up Nigeria were home to diverse empires, kingdoms, and caliphates. Such as
I hope the
Sokoto
voice is
Caliphate.
coming loud and clear. Can you hear the voice? Is it clear? I hope you can hear the voice. Is it clear from... Are you hearing the voice? I hope my voice is clear from the audio I'm playing. I want to confirm before we, so let me know that I'm talking to myself or nobody's hearing the what I'm playing. Can you hear me? Can anyone hear my voice? Okay, Tina White, thank you so much. Mama Great, thank you so much.
The Oyo Empire, and the Kingdom of Nri, with vastly different languages, religions, and political structures. Lord Frederick Lugard, the British Governor-General, merged the northern and southern protectorates primarily for administrative and financial convenience. The north was running a budget deficit, while the south had a surplus. Merging them allowed the colonial office to balance the books. The artificial border, critics argue that these borders were drawn in Berlin and London, without regard for the ethnic or cultural compatibility of the people living within them. 2. Supporting arguments for the mistake theory. Those who believe the union is fundamentally flawed often point to three recurring issues. Structural friction. The tripod of the three major ethnic groups, Hausa Fulani, Yoruba, and Igbo, has often led to a zero-sum game in politics, where one group's gain is perceived as another's loss.
Are you hearing it? Arnold, the structure of function of Nigeria, before the amalgamation of the 1914 of that name called Nigeria, that simply means #Nigeria name means a death sentence. Nigeria means what? A death sentence to every indigenous people. Before that name, a name has already been exist. Before your declaration 1776, what name are you answering? Under the Great Britain. What name is the question? Now, before that, we have a different names, different ideology, different culture, different law. The North was running their Sharia law. The Yorubas were running their own law. The Igbos, the old Eastern region was also running their own law. And in that country called Nigeria, we have tried to make it to work. We are only people who try to make Nigeria to work. How? In every state in Nigeria, we build houses. We are doing businesses everywhere. There is no a Yoruba man who owns a building in Biafra land. There is no Northern man who owns a building in our territory, in our region. They are living inside bush. Go to Lagos State. If the house in Lagos State is 1,600 belongs to us. When it's come to politics, we are not there. So how can we be? And today, in the present 2026, they have write a new textbook, remove our history. And because of us, that is why they close history in school. America, don't you teach you, Arnold? Do you know the history of how America fight against British? Why did they remove it? Because they want to hide the truth from us. And also prove that we are not part of that country by removing us in the history of the textbook that our children are going to start reading in this term, starting from April. That school will open. School open in Monday. The new textbook is where they removed our history. And it asks us to remain there. You are looking for a solution for Nigeria. Arnold, if your Nigerian government has never opened an account in another name of your son or any of your daughter, and they pay that money they borrow from Great Britain into your account, you can never propagate about solution of Nigeria. The solution you need to propagate is about what? When we are the owners, tell you that we only obtain is disintegration. And to prove how ready to govern we are, that is why we have taken over a year to this is 16 months of that we have made our peaceful declaration, which is when you make your own declaration of America, when you declare America as a country on your declaration day, 1776, you have a document. That is why Africa, the first country ever recognized you was Morocco, an African country, seconded by France, who give you weapons to defend yourself. Arnold, are you telling us that you never heard from the NATO secretary, NATO chairman, who said recognize Biafra, support them, give them what it takes for them to defend their territory. That is the only solution to stop the ongoing genocide. You want me to be Islamized. And you know that Nigeria registered as one of the Islam countries from 1986. They are propagating that Nigeria must be Muslim country. And you want us to remain there. Who are you? Why don't you remain under Great Britain?
Civil War, 1967 to 1970. The Biafran War is frequently cited as the ultimate proof of the Union's fragility, representing a violent attempt to undo the 1914 merger.
The 1914 merger is by force. That is why after 1914 and the claim that Nigeria got their independence from Great Britain in 1960, the war broke out in 1967. That is why all of you was muted and remained silent, because you want us to be bad. You want us to be, you don't want us to exist as a people, because all of you want to continue making from our territory. So the profit and the gain you are making, the money being paid to you, is more value than the life of the people. I ask you, why did you invade Iran? Why did you want the Christians to take over their country? And today, we have told you, we are not Nigerians. You asked me yesterday, in my past origin of Nigeria, before you exit the Great Britain, are you not using the passport of Great Britain? Then why do you change and start using Americans' own? The same thing is what is here for us. So we say no. Yes, Jelawine, thank you. You just take a word out from my mind. We say no to another slave. We can't. You see colonization, we have said no to that. Why is that when you come to Africa, all of you will remain silent and want people to wipe away before you intervene? You don't come. But when it happens in any other place, Iran, you run in very fast, because they have color white. You think that we are black. That is why black man life does not matter. We know how to survive more than you, Arnold. And we want to build a better country more than you, America. And the outsider can no longer tell our history. That is why from today, I will bombard you with the history of Nigeria and the history of Biafra. How it started and who we are, how we are living before the 9th Amalgamation. Far better than what's happening today. The killing that is happening today was not happening then. These killings that is happening today never happened then, Arnold. The entire world, America, you are silenced. You are finding solution how Nigeria can be a country under the so-called territorial integrity is you supporting Islamization. Simple as an ABCD. Why are they not killing those Boko Harams? Because they believe in agenda that a name Nigeria should be under Islamization. But we who said no, that is why they're buying all of us. And they want us to remain there. We say no to that. We say no to another colonization. We can never. We can never.
Constitutional instability. Many argue that Nigeria has never had a people's constitution, but rather sets of rules imposed by military decrees that fail to address the specific needs of a multi-ethnic state.
That is what's happening today. You see why it is a mistake? Many argue that Nigeria has never had a people's constitution. There is no people's constitution in Nigeria, but rather a set of rules imposed by the military. That is what we are going through today. And that is why it's a mistake country. That is why we are letting you to know, no, we can't continue on this. We have had a country where Arnold check Biafra constitution in Amazon, and you see the people's constitution. We will not take this constitution of the military. And we are not being autocracy country anymore. We are from us, you learn democracy. We are Democrats from the nation. From us, you learn how to rule, how you learn how to implement law. So we that you learn how to learn. Today, we have bring the law out. So go to Amazon and they do what? Listen. And I ask that our brother who always follow up, please, anytime, any day, Arnold is alive. I want that link. And we also say no to jihad and Islam, Arnold. We cannot. I asked you, Arnold, yesterday, did you reintegrated any criminals you arrested from different countries that reside in America? Have you bring any of them put into your military? You said no. What's happening in Nigeria today? This week, 700 and some has been brought out, put into the military. And what's the agenda of those people? Those are agenda who want Islam. Those are people that believe in Sharia law. We are not going to accept it. We say no to that, Arnold. There is no solution. The only solution is disintegration by recognizing United States of Biafra government, like I told you yesterday. That is the solution. We have given the world the solution. We have done what? We have given the world the solution. You see this multiple by force military. We are not going to accept it. We have out from it.
3. The counter perspective. Unity and diversity. On the flip side,
how can you have unity and diversity at the same time? A country with unity and diversity, it doesn't work. You will choose one, diversity or unity. And diversity is what is happening today. That is why a group wants Islam. People want Sharia. People said, no, I am a Christian. I don't want Islam. Let me leave. And you are forcing us to stay. The time is over.
Scholars and leaders argue that while the origin may have been colonial, the entity is now a reality that offers unique strengths. Economic scale.
There is no unique strength. The only unique strength is what? Military, gun and bullets. For how long? From the 1914 by force. Before the 1914 by force till today. We can't take it anymore. That by force time is over. This 21st century. What we have to offer you, America, no country in Africa will offer it to you.
Nigeria's massive population makes it the largest market in Africa, providing leverage in global trade that smaller, fragmented states would lack. Shared identity, over a century of coexistence, intermarriage and internal migration has created
the intermarriage has expired. Marriage is by force. Can you say a country was being created by marriage, by force? You must marry me. We are tired of that marriage. We have given divorce letter. The divorce letter is United States of Biafra Real Declaration document, which is signature, legal, and legitimacy government we have that is governing people of Biafra right now.
Nigerianness that transcends ethnicity, particularly among the youth and the diaspora. The mistake
among us in the diaspora, we say no. Are you hearing it? Look at this history. From the 1914, it starts happening. Those who find their way in diaspora then never believe in one Nigeria. And is it today that they want us to believe? When we have seen everything, that if you accept Nigeria, you have accepted a death sentence. Once you talk, either you arrest or you're being killed. Is it where you are finding solution? There is one solution. Disintegration, recognizing of the United States of Biafra is the solution.
Of many nations, proponents of unity point out that all...
Are you hearing it? Imagine many nations together by force. Arnold, you can't tell us our history anymore. No white man will tell us our history. We are the one to tell our history by ourselves. The time is over. We have learned how to research. We have learned how to read. We have learned how to explain and narrate it on our own. So we are sending the message to you direct. We are sending the message to you for you to know that this marriage has expired. Let us try and be checking X. Things are going on there. The enemies of Biafrans always fool in all these platforms in the first place. Go there, please. We need work to do. If I did not take my time to work on Chrome to change the narrative there, what you have seen there today, that Biafra was declared by Okoma somebody. You do know that? Then I now have to copy the evidence and post to them. They now rewrite it back. Somebody can bear the witness to that. That is why you can go to Chrome today, ask of who declared Biafra. Now becomes that Biafra was declared November 20 by Tunzo Rabeze, not Okoma Bryson or Bryson Okoma. This is what they put there. It takes me 7 days to be writing and be forwarding the document of USB they are declared before it can be changed. Misinformation.
All modern nation states, including the US and UK, were formed through conquest or arbitrary mergers. Success, they argue, isn't about how a country started, but how it is governed now.
Yes, it's not how the country is being started, it's how it's being governed. Shows how whether it's a country or not. And how Nigeria is being governed today. Is it how America you're governing your people? UK, is it how you're governing your people? By force. Do their military, your armor tanker roll on the street and forcing people to come down from car and walk with leg? Is that how you govern America? Is that how you govern the United Kingdom? It's not happening. But you want us to accept it. We cannot accept it. Arnold, this our message today is for you. Please endeavor to like and share the program as you join us. Please like and share. If you are not sharing the program, you are not doing something good. We want this message to go viral, please. For the mistake of the 1914, the country called Nigeria, it means what? A death sentence to every indigenous people. Those who die today is death sentence that without court, without approval, only that they agree to that they want to stay under Nigeria. That is why they are being paid. That is why they are not alive today. Please like and share the program, please.
A famous quote to consider: Nigeria is not a nation. It is a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigeria is merely a distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria from those who do not.
Are you hearing it? Now, who are those that do not? The Fulanese have the access to come because of the amalgamation of 1914 or because of the country has been created. A famous quote to consider: Nigeria is not a nation. Arnold, Nigeria is not a country. It's a mere geographical expression of a white man, Frederick Lolugade, by Great British, then the evil Britain, the evil United Kingdom, that like blood, that don't value life. They only value business. They only value their gain they are making and how they enrich themselves through the death of the blood of the people. That is what they value so much. There is no Nigerian, Arnold. There is no Nigerian. In the same sense as they are English, Welsh, and or French. There is nobody in Nigeria. Have you asked no? Do you also know that without crude oil, palm oil, and the cocoa, that nobody will answer Nigeria? Go and check and research. Ask questions. Nobody's in Nigeria. You were people in Nigeria because of crude oil, cocoa, and palm oil. That is why it's not how a country is being governed, but it's how a country being make. The only way to make money is why British see that, oh, with this, if we match them, we are going to use force to be collecting mineral resources. That is what is happening to you today, Arnold. Nobody is a Nigerian, Arnold. I am not. I am a Biafran. I am from Odisha region. Now, listen from one of the forefather, not the founding father. Because if you're a founder, you must have a signature there. Nobody is a founding father of Nigeria.
Obafemi Awolowo, 1947.
Who made that public quote is one of those presidents of Nigeria in 1947 that nobody is a Nigerian. That this is not a country. It just as this. See, when somebody made us look at, okay, let's try this thing like this. From 1914 to today, you have been trying to find solution, doing one thing, trying to call Nigeria. It's not working. Can't you see that the only thing will work is what? Disintegration of Nigeria as a country. That is what is most important this time around. This geographical expression has expired. And how could you be using people's life to do this expression every time? You are using people's life to do the expression. Why? That is why you see Lower Benue. That is why you see everywhere today is bleeding. And you continue want people to that have common sense. You can't tell our story anymore, Arnold. You don't have the solution of Nigeria because you're not from there. You can't find a solution of what you are not, what you don't know. It's we that are in there know the solution, and we have given solution of disintegration. Now, how could this integration be the solution? Now, the indigenous people like you in America, we will protect our border. We will use our language. We will know who is Urobo. We speak to Urobo man. Efik, we speak to Efik man in the border. Isoko will speak Isoko to his fellow brother. Igbo man will speak Igbo to his own people. Then they will understand this is our brother. They will pass. Those who are not speaking will go back. The border will remain locked. And that is how solution comes. Without trajecting into this way, whatever you are doing in the Western time, whatever you are doing is supporting Islamization. Whatever you are doing is to support the ongoing genocide. People to continue to be dying every blessed day. Even when I listen to McAnally yesterday, you don't have any solution. The things you are saying is not making any sense at all. You are talking from the perspective of politics and some that have already been paid. America should check on your different accounts of any of your daughter. They will see which amount of money that Nigeria is being paid to us. Nigeria can borrow to bribe. They have bribed you. McAnally, Nigeria has never bribe you. You win open mouth and talk about the solution of Nigeria. Nigeria has no solution. Nigeria is broken bottle that has no water reason. The only water reason is disintegration. We are already, we are ready, ever ready to govern ourselves. We are ready to protect our border, our territory. Just give us what Morocco gives to you in after your declaration. You stayed for you lasted for a year and 6 months before you was be able to get recognition from America, from Morocco and France. So today, now from your action, I will concur with my brother. Ekwem said, what Nigeria cannot does not exist. Nigeria is making the whole dangerous place to Nigeria is making the world a dangerous place to live on it. Yes, so you think you will be happy, you will be free. If you close their mouth and they succeeded in their agenda in Nigeria, Arnold, blood that will flow in America, you won't believe it because the main target is you. The main target is you. Do you want to continuously be in war? If now Trump is not in position, what will happen to you this time? And nobody could imagine it. And that is why God brought Donald Trump, which you need to help and give him all the facts, all the evidence of what happened in Nigeria. Tell him that the only option is disintegration. Let us allow all these countries that are in Nigeria to live their own and govern themselves. That is what you refuse to do. And that is the truth. The truth that you are shying away from is what is hurting, that is what is causing the killings and the ongoing genocide that we are going on today in Nigeria. You refuse to accept the truth. You refuse to accept this truth. And this truth you refuse to accept is the problem. I will play it to the last and put the link for people to join because I want it to be maximum 2 hours for those who are going to listen at last.
Summary table. Perspectives on the Union. Theme. The mistake view. The potential view. Origin. Arbitrary colonial invention. A foundation for a powerful African giant. Conflict. Inevitable due to ethnic differences. A result of poor leadership.
How can you had it say that there was creating Nigeria as a powerful giant of Africa? Why? How? Up to today, it's no longer working because the people are being dying every blessed day. No more giant of Africa. The giant that killed, or in only April, over 1,000 has been massacred. Arnold, and you know.
Diversity. Future. Requires restructuring or secession. Requires better governance and nation building. While the sentiment
Let
is
me
rooted
see
in the
the-
pain of
let me-
historical
let
and
me-
current
let
struggles,
me see.
it remains one of the most debated topics in African geopolitics. Do you think the primary issue is the way the country was formed, or is it more about
Okay,
how it has
okay.
been managed since independence in 1960?
Are you hearing it? Mark Arnold, I will play without interrupting while I'll put the link for people to join us. I will play without saying a word. So you listen to this. And I want to just only play one section. Tomorrow, I'll be giving Mark Arnold the message in the entire world why Nigeria is not a country and it can never be a country. Please hit the like button here as you're joining. Please hit the like button, please.
The statement Nigeria is a mistake is a heavy sentiment that has echoed through the country's history, from the halls of colonial administration to modern-day social media. It usually refers to the belief that the nation was constructed without a cohesive foundation, leading to the friction we see today. To understand why this perspective exists and the counterarguments to it, we have to look at how the Lego blocks of Nigeria were put together. 1. The historical root, the 1914 amalgamation. The primary evidence cited by those who share this sentiment is the amalgamation of 1914. Before British intervention, the territories that make up Nigeria were home to diverse empires, kingdoms, and caliphates, such as the Sokoto Caliphate, the Oyo Empire, and the Kingdom of Nri, with vastly different languages, religions, and political structures. Lord Frederick Lugard, the British Governor General, merged the northern and southern protectorates primarily for administrative and financial convenience. The North was running a budget deficit, while the South had a surplus. Merging them allowed the colonial office to balance the books. The artificial border, critics argue that these borders were.
Do you hear something here? The North, a 01 naira then, Fabundo Ojuogo, they don't have anything to offer. And that is why British said, you that do not have, okay, you will value it if we do the amalgamation and give you the power. If we do the amalgamation, we'll give you the power. So we use the mineral resources that are coming out from all this Eastern region to sustain you. You had it here. That they're using to pay the debt that North was owing. They're using our mineral resources, which lead to the amalgamation. We have two things. We have the highest. We have palm oil. We have crude oil. The Yorubas have somehow oil and the cocoa. This is how it's been. So what we have is why Nigeria is a country. And today we say no, Mark Arnold. We want to, we have to take care of our people.
Drawn in Berlin and London, without regard for the ethnic or cultural compatibility of the people living within them. 2. Supporting arguments for the mistake theory. Those who believe the union is fundamentally flawed often point to 3 recurring issues. Structural friction, the tripod of the 3 major ethnic groups, Hausa Fulani, Yoruba, and Igbo, has often led to a zero-sum game in politics, where one group's gain is perceived as another's loss. The Civil War, 1967 to 1970, the Biafran War is frequently cited as the ultimate proof of the Union's fragility, representing a violent attempt to undo the 1914 merger. Constitutional instability. Many argue that Nigeria has never had a people's constitution, but rather sets of rules imposed by military decrees that fail to address the specific needs of a multi-ethnic state. 3. The counter-perspective. Unity and diversity. On the flip side, many scholars and leaders argue that while the origin may have been colonial, the entity is now a reality that offers unique strengths. Economic scale. Nigeria's massive population makes it the largest market in Africa, providing leverage in global trade that smaller, fragmented states would lack. Shared identity. Over a century of coexistence, intermarriage and internal migration has created a Nigerianness that transcends ethnicity, particularly among the youth and the diaspora. The mistake of many nations. Proponents of unity point out that almost all modern nation states, including the US and UK, were formed through conquest or arbitrary mergers. Success, they argue, isn't about how a country started, but how it is governed now. A famous quote to consider: Nigeria is not a nation. It is a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigeria is merely a distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria from those who do not. Chief Obafemi Awolowo, 1947. Summary table. Perspectives on the Union. Theme: the mistake view. The potential view. Origin: arbitrary colonial invention. A foundation for a powerful African giant. Conflict: inevitable due to ethnic differences. A result of poor leadership, not diversity. Future requires restructuring or secession, requires better governance and nation building. While the sentiment is rooted in the pain of historical and current struggles, it remains one of the most debated topics in African geopolitics. Do you think the primary issue is the way the country was formed, or is it more about how it has been managed since independence in 1960?
The issue is how Nigeria is being formed, is being by intimidation. The amalgamation of the name Nigeria is a mistake. Calling Nigeria a country is a problem. So that is why the only solution is the disintegration is the only solution to end it up. Arnold, hear this again. Hear this again. Let's work.
The statement Nigeria is a mistake is a heavy sentiment that is echoed through the country's history, from the halls of colonial administration to modern-day social media. It usually refers to the belief that the nation was constructed without a cohesive foundation, leading to the friction we see today. To understand why this perspective exists, and the counter-arguments to it, we have to look at how the Lego blocks of Nigeria were put together. 1. The historical root, the 1914 amalgamation. The primary evidence cited by those who share this sentiment is the amalgamation of 1914. Before British intervention, the territories that make up Nigeria were home to diverse empires, kingdoms, and caliphates, such as the Sokoto Caliphate, the Oyo Empire, and the Kingdom of Nri, with vastly different languages, religions, and political structures. Lord Frederick Lugard, the British Governor-General, merged the northern and southern protectorates primarily for administrative and financial convenience. The North was running a budget deficit, while the South had a surplus. Merging them allowed the Colonial Office to balance the books.
Arnold, do you hear it clearly? That is being created because of financial problem. That is why you want us to remain. That is why you're looking for solution. You want us to remain here. A group that's being created because of interest of financial problem. Is why people. That is why I told you. If ask this question on the Google, if there is no crude oil, if there is no palm oil, if there is no cocoa, can anybody answer one Nigeria? Nobody will answer one Nigeria. Nobody will answer one Nigeria if there is no crude oil, if there is no palm oil and cocoa, because of this interest of financial aspect. That is why I said the way it's being that name called Nigeria is not supposed to exist. How can a country being created because of oil, because of interest of finance, because of these people are poor, these people are rich? Then you want to use the people that are rich, put them under those that are poor to control them. Arnold, this is why it's not working, and it can never work. We are not existing or asking for the situation because of the oil. No, our president, Nnamdi Kanu, the Simon, but the prime minister also said that we are going to give this oil free to many African countries to come up as a country. And you don't want African peoples to build their own. That is also you want us to remain where we cannot be able to achieve anything. And that is why we say no to you. We cannot accept it. That is why, this time around, we have a legal document which nobody will reject. And we believe in peaceful ideology of the 21st century. Please, if you want to join, there is a link. You can use to join. Arnold, did America being created because of interest of economy? Or is it created because of the value of for people's life to be preserved? Is it because of life of people or because of economy? Is why you are in America today. If you are not asking America because of economy, then we want a country that is our own, which is Biafra. United States of Biafra was declared November 29, which will answer what? Will be interest of the life and the respect, no intimidation of the people's life. That is the country we want, not that thing you created there and you call a country. We can't take it anymore. We have told to the world that we need to govern. Today, we have a government in exile. We have a country that was being declared November 29, 2024. Biafra was re-declared in Lati, Finland, Baratongozo Rabeze. That is where we stand, which I make it openly to you yesterday. That is the solution of the problem that is here today. These are solutions to this problem. Disintegration. Organize Biafra as a country. Then the genocide will stop.
That these borders were drawn in Berlin and London without regard for the ethnic or cultural compatibility of the people living within them. 2. Supporting arguments for the mistake theory. Those who believe the Union is fundamentally flawed often point to 3 recurring issues. Structural friction, the tripod of the 3 major ethnic groups, Hausa Fulani, Yoruba and Igbo, has often led to a zero-sum game in politics, where one group's gain is perceived as another's loss. The Civil War,
You see,
1967 to
we have one person we gain, another person we lost. Now the Northerners are gaining, while we are lost. Not even lost. Life. We value life more than money, Arnold. We want to preserve our life. That's why I said, when you send your brother who is building those houses in the north, after he built, he come back, he was being destroyed by the Fulanese. That was what they sent to you. The agenda. Why is that when that migration was happening, that the Fulani, that the Lolugard never stopped the culture of the Fulanese of Sokoto Caliphate? Why is it only the Biafran people in all this area he stopped, and we that are civilized more than any other person in that time? And what we are doing in your country today, what our DPM doing, paying her tax and bringing and raising doctors in America that cures madness and everything for you, that shows you who we are. Is it any Fulani Sokoto Jihadist Caliphate has such a hospital in your country? Tell me the investment of the Jihadist Sokoto Caliphate. Tell me the investment of Fulanese. Tell me the investment of the Boko Haram in your country, America today. Please, can you tell me? Tell us the investment that you are benefiting from, Arnold. That you are supporting. The solution is to people to remove their mind and come together, and the day we build it up and make it a better Nigeria. That is better to be in one Nigeria for you to reach your family forever and ever, Arnold. That is the reason why you are doing it.
In 1970, the Biafran War is frequently cited as the ultimate proof of the Union's fragility, representing a violent attempt to undo the 1914 merger. Constitutional instability. Many argue that Nigeria has never had a people's constitution, but rather sets of rules imposed by military decrees that fail to address the specific needs of a multi-ethnic state. 3. The counter-perspective. Unity and diversity. On the flip side, many scholars and leaders argue that while the origin may have been colonial, the entity is now a reality that offers unique strengths. Economic scale. Nigeria's massive population makes it the largest market in Africa, providing leverage in global trade that smaller, fragmented states would lack. Shared identity. Over a century of coexistence, intermarriage and internal migration has created a Nigerianness that transcends ethnicity, particularly among the youth and the diaspora. The mistake of many nations. Proponents of unity point out that almost all modern nation states, including the US and UK, were formed through conquest or arbitrary mergers. Success, they argue, isn't about how a country started, but how it is governed now. A famous quote to consider: Nigeria is not a nation. It is a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigeria is merely a distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria from those who do not. Chief Obafemi Awolowo, 1947. Summary table. Perspectives on the Union. Theme: the mistake view, the potential view, origin, arbitrary colonial invention, a foundation for a powerful African giant.
Arnold, I challenge you that he has been bribed. Nigeria, you know how much Nigeria brought for United Kingdom to do what? Is to bribe people. The money Nigeria collected from Great Britain is to bribe. This last one, the Trump went in there to go and borrow. How much he borrowed? Is to use to bribe Arnold. They open an account in the name of Arnold's son or daughter to pay money into the account. America should check him. That is why he's dancing on the side of Nigeria.
Inevitable due to ethnic differences. A result of poor leadership, not diversity. Future. requires restructuring or secession, requires better governance and nation building, while the sentiment is rooted in
because of how it was being amalgamated, or that name Nigeria being called and come into existence, it leads to two things: separation or secession. That is where we are today. That is what the founding father told us. That is what the forefathers, not the founding fathers. That is what because those that signed Nigeria, those that they claim they are the forefathers, was those. Nnamdi Azikiwe was 18 years. No, it was even 16 years. Tafawa Balewa was 15 years. Or Bafemi Awolowo was 12 years. How are they be the founding father? How are they become? You see how it happens. That is why we are telling Arnold that you see this thing you call Nigeria, you are asked, you cannot tell our story anymore. We have understand where the problem is coming from. And because of people refuse to adhere to that instruction, that is why you are seeing genocide. That is why people have been dying today, Arnold. How much did they pay you? When it's come to white, you come out, you say the truth, you present all the evidence, but because of we think that we are black people, they don't need to leave, you don't need to Arnold, bring out all the evidence of what your investigation in Nigeria. So after your investigation, we see the one that they brought open to the congressmen to use to lobby them. What of the personal one they give to you, Arnold? Because anybody who step into Nigeria, who refuse to stay truth, is being bribed. Nigeria know as a bribe country. In every opportunity, the only thing they know is how to bribe. Arnold is one of the most spokesperson that Donald Trump listened from. In fact, he is, I don't know what I would say, he's the spokesperson. He's one of the senior congressmen in America. He's one of them. He's one of the senior congressmen. So people of America listen to him. Donald Trump also get information from him also. So he come back, refused to submit the real information with the sense of belonging to him. So we want you to know that you see the amalgamation of 1914, that we have exit from that. And we are not going to remain there. We are not going to remain there. We have exit starting from November 29, 2024. That is when we reaffirm who we are and take what belongs to us. So you and whatever you may think cannot stop us from moving away. Arnold, what you will ask is this: who were we before 1914 amalgamation? Listen to this again, Arnold. Network, allow me to go now.
It is a striking historical irony. While most of these leaders at one point or another argued that Nigeria was...
Now, listen to those that you call the founding of Nigeria yesterday. Listen to what they said about Nigeria.
Official creation. They could never agree on a unified plan to dissolve it or formalize it as separate countries. The reason they never reached a consensus that Nigeria is not a country and acted on it comes down to conflicting fears, economic survival, and divergent political goals. 1. The fear of domination paradox. Each leader viewed the mistake of 1914 through the lens of how it affected their specific region, which made their grievances incomplete.
Each leader viewed the mistake of 1914. They viewed as a mistake. Now, who are those leaders? Listen, Arnold.
Ahmed Daud feared Southern, quote, educational and administrative imperialism. To him, Nigeria was a mistake because it forced the North to compete with a westernized South before it was ready. Obafemi Awolowo feared Northern demographic and political domination. To him, Nigeria was a quote, geographical expression because it lacked a common language and culture, but he wanted a federal structure to protect Yoruba interests.
Please, hit the like button. Hit the like
was a
button.
Pan-Africanist. He was the most committed to a one Nigeria vision, believing that a large unified country would be a powerhouse on the world stage. he often clashed with the others because he saw their regionalism as tribalism. 2. The landlocked versus coastal reality. This was perhaps the most practical reason they could never agree to split. The North, Bello and Balewa, realized that if they declared full independence as a separate country, they would be landlocked. They would have to pay duties to the...
Today, they are telling us that we are the one into the landlocked, but we had it here. In the origin of Nigeria, the North is the one having landlocked. And when the British told them, if you are, because the North was the first who championed to divide Nigeria, they don't believe in that amalgamation. The North was the first people. We are not the first. The Northerners were the first people that championed about Nigeria division. But when British make it for them to understand, you are into landlock. If you agree to champion this your division, you are one who is going to suffer for it. What happened? They succumb. And they asked the North, they asked the British, if we agree, how are we going to benefit? He said, we are going to give you the power. You become the ruler. The money, the oil in the southeast belongs to you. That is why they are all the one having the oil well in the Odistan region today, where Sokoto was being security guard.
South to use the ports in Lagos or Port Harcourt. The South, Awolowo and Azikiwe, controlled the coastline and the ports. The compromise. Because the North needed the sea and the South needed the North's agricultural exports, and later the South wanted the North's tax-based market, they stayed in a forced marriage where no one was happy, but everyone was afraid of the poverty that might follow a divorce. 3. The British refereed negotiations. The British colonial administration acted as a referee that consistently incentivized unity. The British made it clear that independence would be granted to Nigeria as a whole, not to 3 separate regions. If a leader like Ahmadu Bello had insisted on total secession in 1953, the British threatened to withhold the administrative and military support the North relied on. 4. Divergent visions of statehood. They couldn't agree that Nigeria wasn't a country, because they couldn't agree on what their own countries would look like.
Okay.
Awolowo wanted a linguistic-based federation, ethnic states. Bello wanted a regional confederation, strong North, strong West.
Different ideology.
Azikiwe wanted a strong central government.
Different beliefs.
Strong federal. Summary of the standoff. Leader. His mistake argument. Why he didn't walk away. Ahmadu Bello. The mistake of 1914. Needed access to the sea and southern revenue. Obafemi Awolowo. A mere geographical expression. Wanted to lead a modernized united Nigeria through federalism. Nnamdi Azikiwe. Saw regionalism as the mistake. Believed a split would weaken the black race globally. Tafawa Balewa. Unity is a British intention. As a protege of Bello, he worked to balance northern safety with national power. Ultimately, they were frenemies, bound together by the map the British drew. Each felt the country was a mistake, but each also feared that the alternative, total separation, would be a bigger disaster for their own people. Would you like to look at how these 4 leaders' different views on sovereignty specifically played out during the 1957 Constitutional Conference?
I hope you had it. I want to welcome you, Godwin as Mazi, or please open the mic and speak to Biafrans based on what we are discussing today. Send a message to Arnold, please. Please unmute your mic.
Continue what you're saying.
Yeah.
Don't worry about me. Continue what you're saying.
Oh. Odogwenugu, different name. So, when you are listening to this, what is it coming to your mind, Arnold? We have agreed with what those that people claim they are the founding fathers. They never agreed that Nigeria should be a country. They have different belief, different ideology. So they use that different belief to give birth to us. They use it to give birth to us. And we believe on that. Madam Origin, good afternoon from here. Good evening, sorry. You're welcome to the program. Please have the mic.
Thank you very much, our professor, the Wanyama Meregi. Sir, receipt. Thank you so much. I greet you. Just a very quick one. I want to address what you're saying about Mike Arnold. Mike Arnold has, I don't know, I mean, from he has never said he was in any, whether it is Senate or representative in America. So he, as a person, I want to clarify something. He said he speaks in the ear of President Trump. The fact is, he is from Texas. He was a city mayor, and that was around 2023 and 2024. And the city of Blanco is a very small city, so of about 2,000 people. So I don't even know how they do their election there to select him as a mayor. So that is the only thing. The only other thing I see about him is that he maybe I am not going to, he is very passionate about things going on in Nigeria, which is laudable. And he trying to speak for, I believe they play two sides. And I remember there was one time he was trying to say why we, Biafra, Igbo, and all of that coming together. What I want to tell him, if he is listening here, is that the diversity in Nigeria is too complex for him to begin to speak on a broader aspect. We in Biafra and have lived abroad, it is like a tale of two cities. And we know what is going on. For me, living in America, he lives in Texas. He knows that the culture in Texas is different from what is in New York and what is in California and what is in, let's say, Nashville. So all of these, but the thing that he should remember is that America is knitted into one language, value, Christian value. And America can't even handle Islamic culture and fight. So when the people like him stay over here in America and they are looking over to the picket and are looking into the fence of Nigeria, and he's trying to use the same paintbrush, it won't work. So if I'm to advise him, he may mean well, talking about unity, because, for example, Texas is even bigger than Nigeria by landscape or something. California is way bigger than Nigeria. When he is looking at it on that aspect and how big America is and their unit, it is not the same. The world can be one if we all work in one one principle and one of value. Because let's say, for example, the whole world is being ruled by Christian principle, you will say that the world will be so much at peace because we believe in the same thing. It is not the same thing as someone believing that his God gave him power to wipe you out and you're looking. So it is, I don't know how they want to wrap that in their head. I keep telling them, I keep referring them to Egypt. If Egypt is Africa, why is it that it is Arab nation? Today, President Trump is trying to help the Persians. Iran is a Persian country. Is the people speak? I think most of them speak. They don't. Arabic is not even their language, but they are being, what they are going through today is the same thing we are fighting. So if he is trying to tell us to remain in Nigeria, it all means what President Trump went to do in Iran is nonsense.
Yes, it's wrong to invade
So
Iran.
that is a very wrong idea for him to try to impose what everybody has said. Does he have a heart to see? Okay, what we are saying is, give us Biafra. We will help our brethren that are, because the north is soaked. The north is under siege. I mean, everyone in Nigeria is under siege, but we are already organized to help ourselves. And that is but what I came basically to say is, when it comes to in the matters of America, and Mike Arnold is not a congressman. He is not
Okay,
a
because of the
senator.
way he addressed himself yesterday.
No, he is not a congressman. He is not a senator, not even in Texas, talk less of America as a whole. I rest it there. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming to clarify it because of the way he addressed
No,
himself.
no. Please allow me to give my respect
Go on,
to
go on,
Madam
go on, go on.
Origin. Madam Origin. Thank you very much. I've appreciated you yesterday. I think you are still here.
Yes, I'm
Yes,
here.
yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. You have sowed your sleep with other fanatical women to make sure that this receipt that I have is protected. And I promise you, it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. Thank you very much for your input with the other different citizens that are contributing to protect this mandate. Yesterday, you made me very, very happy, and I slept well, even worked well, very good, because of the way you spoke to this political prostitute that doesn't get her stand, and now came to talk about IPOB, or talk about Nnamdi Kanu, to criticize the only woman that gave birth to millions, Dr. Ngozi Rabezi, and again talk about my only prime minister, the man of peace, PM Simon Ekpa. So when you finished talking to her yesterday, I was very, very excited. Of which, when I was giving my class, I couldn't find any word to say, because you have said everything with Madam River Goddess. So I want to appreciate you for coming up today and clarify and told this man who is called Mike Arnold where he belongs and who he is. Biafra TV, I didn't know what to say or what the man said, but if what Madam Origin said or told him is not enough. When I was in Finland, can you bring the conversation my deputy prime minister have with Molan Grover? We invited him through the net and he spoke. Can you use it, or can you find it to respond to that Mike Arnold? That's only what I want to say. I'm listening. I just wake up
Thank
from
you.
sleep. My voice is not nice. So let others can speak. I'm with you, no problem.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thank
Madam
you.
Origin.
Thank you, Dogwenugu. Thank you. We are in this together, and I want to say something. When it comes to the matter of Biafra, I tell everybody, the world is not destroyed because of the evil people only. It is when good people, when well-meaning people keep silent. And what our professor Chino is doing is he's doing a laudable job, doing his own part, digging out information, and it is our duty to. Mike Arnold may mean well. When I listen to him, he looked to me like here in America, they like mission work a lot. There is a group that once you finish secondary school, they send them out on mission across the world. I had one of the anyway, someone I worked with, and she and the husband took their children to a third world country. They rented this trailer, and they lived there for a couple of years just to feel and to be a part of a third world country, to learn and all of that. So these people are eager to help where they can. But what Chino is saying is, and why I came in to pitch in, is to just debunk or let us not think that he is not going to be the one to make the decision over Biafra in America, because the only thing I saw that made me pay a little attention to him, otherwise I wouldn't have, is because he is kind of I have seen him talk to Ted Cruz, who is one of the big senators in America, and he is a Texan. So anybody that speaks to people like Ted Cruz, I'll pay attention. Anybody that is talking directly to people like Riley Moore, I'll pay attention. These are the people that are really focused. Their focus is on what is going on in Nigeria. So because of that, that's why I'm even looking in his direction, making sure, because I think he has Senator Cruz ears. Yeah. So but as for him to be, he is not a congressman, he is not a senator, not even in Texas, talk less of America as a nation.
Yeah, thank you so much for that clarification, because the way he was addressing himself, or the way he was talking yesterday when one was on that S handle, that is why I asked him a lot of questions, and I told him finally, you are not the one to decide our fate. He said, well, I said, yes, you are not the one. And I asked him why. I later calmed down for him is the one I asked him, are you against Biafra? He said no, but he think that the better option is to come together, forgive our grievances. I said, we are not existing in Nigeria because of the grievances. We are existing in Nigeria because of it's our right to have our own country, to live the kind of life we wish ourselves, not life being forced, or culture or tradition being forced on us. That we want to exercise what is called full human rights to our life, to be owner of our life, decide what we want and how we go. And we also have a law where every man is equal. That is when I wanted him to go to Amazon and check for Biafran constitution, that we find the kind of culture we are building for ourselves. Madam Origin, your mic is on, please go on.
Yes. Another thing I want you to understand with Mike Arnold is that he has been around the northern part, especially the Plateau, yes, Benue side. So he is kind of passionate, and he looks into okay, and when you listen to Benue people and the Plateau side, they will want Nigeria to be, because they are scared. They know that we, the Biafrans, are really fighting these people, but they should understand that our being in Nigeria is equally not for their advantage, because if we don't move out, Nigeria will remain Nigeria. And that little knot they use in tying the whole Nigeria will be there. But if Nigeria is no more, these people do not have legitimacy anymore to even claim Benue or to claim Plateau, because what made them do what they are doing is because they say the white man gave them Nigeria.
Yes. Hey, we.
Oh, I certainly I greet you. I salute.
What's happened? Okay. Yes, Yele wine, good evening from here. You can have the mic also.
Good evening, Mazi Chino.
Thank you.
Is
Thank you.
that certain I also awake by this time? Good evening.
It's evening. It's evening here. It's
Welcome,
close
welcome.
to evening anyway. Greetings to you all in the house, Madam Origin and Odogu Enugu. Greetings from my side, and greetings to all Nigeria, all Nigeria, all Biafrans in the comment section. I greet every genuine patriotic Biafran USB citizen. I say may God continue to strengthen and give us life to continue pushing. We are not going to stop. We must continue. Mazi Chino, first of all, I want to thank you for your resilience. Thank you so much for the interest and being consistent in this research and information you are bringing out. I thank you so very much again for the outing yesterday. I will tell you it will actually make sense and give Mike more inner thoughts to go back maybe to research more. So thank you so much for that quick response, because you saw it immediately, you answered the call. That shows how ever ready you are to actualize this Biafra freedom. So thank you so very much, my dear brother. You are doing very well. Based on the topic.
Asatina Chinonso kwuru isi kpakakpaka, o kweterekwa ozugbo.
You mean yesterday?
No, before he took over, he was running like a Jonah before he took over the mantle.
Okay, but anyways,
We are here.
ama afọ ga-amụ eze. Onye mere a na-eji adị very careful. During the time we were in Humble Lion, sorry for digressing a little bit. During the time we were doing it in Humble Lion, we never saw this one coming from Chino. But anyways, God, thank you so very much. It can only get better, and it is God's doing. So all I ask for God to give you more wisdom, good health, and more time to keep doing what you are doing. You are doing absolutely great. So to Mike Arnold, the thing is this: nobody, absolutely nobody can tell our story better. Nobody. When we talk, they should listen. We are the people that will do the talking. Why they will be listening. That is how it should be, not the other way around. Because it's not enough to tell us that it is better for Nigeria to be together, to be one. How? How, if I may ask, what are your reasons? At least it is obvious, it's no more a news that place, Christians, Muslims, everybody, no matter your religion, every human beings are being killed every day. It's no longer about Christians are being killed or these people are being killed. Everybody, nobody knows if it will be him or her tomorrow in that place called Nigeria. Is it not enough? Is it not enough reason for people who are asking, we want to be on our own, to be given that opportunity? Is it not enough? So I don't get it when some people will be saying Nigeria will be better or Nigeria is better for them to be together. Nigeria must be one. You see, even this former president of America from Kenya, Obama, even said it. He even said it in the most annoying way. He said Nigeria is a task that must be. How did he even say that nonsense? You know, that statement, each time I remember it, that is a bone marrow. That Nigeria to be one.
Nigeria is a task. Nigeria
That
must,
everybody
a task
must
that must
be
be done.
protected.
Nigeria to be one is a task that must be
Done.
done or whatever. And
Yes.
I just wonder. I just wonder. And you see that people are being killed every single day. You don't owe your life anymore. You can't tell what will happen the next minute. Even in your domot, even in your house, even in your bed, even as in your house. You know, is it not enough reason? See, time has gone when people will ask us and we will say we are fighting to be in our own country. We are fighting for survival. It's enough reason. It's enough reason for us to say no. We must exit that death
Sentence, country.
What is it? What is it? Sorry, please. Is it not enough reason, my people? So let me say that maybe Mike Arnold did not ask questions before saying that. I can't tell allegedly if he's being paid or if for his personal or selfish interest. I cannot say. But the truth remains that what he should have done is it not to open a debate, maybe a kind of free link. Everybody come in and he will ask questions and not him saying it is better. It sounds like we are forcing something down to our throat. We have already said no to it. Ask us, why are we saying no? What are our reasons?
Can I interject a little bit, Satina? You know, there is something that have you allowed me? Is it okay?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, thank you. There's someone, because when he made the statement when he was, I think it was one of his write-ups, everybody was really, not happy with the statement. So one of the people that interviewed him, I asked the person and to reach out to him, and from what the person told me, you see, that's why I keep circling around the fact that his eye is on Benue, because that's where he started. And let me tell you all here, you see, this issue of Nigeria, even for Nigeria to be designated a CPC, the one they did the first time is in 2017 or so, is with the Benue and the Plateau. They go, all these things, Ogenkre was dancing around and all of the brouhaha. The people that were doing the real, because the organization that is taking about Christian organization that is working to protect Christians, they were working with the Benue Plateau axis. So there is a kind of a deep understanding of the atrocity, but their eye is on Benue. This one that we are coming in, and meanwhile, we do not have when it comes to the outside, we do not really have representatives before now. So everything they hear about what is going on is on that axis. So that is why when you are talking to anyone, people like Riley Moore or him, Mike Arnold, or any other person that have interest in helping Nigerians, in quotes, and indigenous people, on our side, we need to educate them. Because also there has been a kind of an undermine on us, as though anytime you hear about us Biafrans and Igbos, it look like we are the ones that we are the troublemaker. We just want to get out. We just want to, we don't like, it's like something, but we need to educate the people, let them see our own side of the story. Because when the person finished talking to him, he kind of, it's with understanding. Now, whenever he is talking, he will still want to protect the people, the IDP camps he builds, the people that he is attending to. That is where his passion is. And if it's possible, which I know it is not, if you give him option, Nigeria is going to be better or not better, he will want to first work on fixing Nigeria, which we have gone too far. I have seen that Nigeria is irredeemable. And the best thing you can do to anybody inside Nigeria is to divide Nigeria. So we will keep pushing and educating the world. People like him, when you go to him, you present facts that you want to save anybody in Nigeria, divide Nigeria. That is to save the people, you know. Yeah, so for me, after, because I was really, the way I was angry, but after that talk with the person and I see where he is coming from, so we'll still keep educating and keep pleading that no, we have gone there, done that. The solution is division. And accepting that the honest truth is that when you look 3 years ago, I used to be on Nigeria platforms. You dare not mention Biafra, but today they want you to even talk. How do we divide? Because it's not only Arnold. A lot of people inside Nigeria thought they could make Patala the thing. But today, because of you and I and how we are educating the people, they are big, and with all that is going on, you see that it's to save lives, divide Nigeria. That's the solution. Thank you for giving me the time. I appreciate.
Yeah, my sister.
Madam Origin, Asatina, please, I want you to maintain that your word that you said allegedly taking a bribe. What about the 9 million? But I want to confirm for Madam Origin first. Did that man said we should forget our grievances? I think I heard Sino say that.
Yes,
Did
yes,
he use
yes.
that? Did he use the mouth?
You see,
Did
they
he
know what
use
they
the
are
mouth
doing.
to say it?
Exactly.
Did he? Let me ask him. Should I forget 6.5 million? Did he know what is 6.5 million people, children and women? Should I forget it? Is that a grievance? That my 8 siblings are inside. Did he know about that? Did he know about that? If I say I take 2 or 1 of his children I don't know if he get. Should he forget the grievances? He's talking about the grievances. Asanstina, please start speaking, because I'm not in the mood to talk.
Mazi, thank you so very much. Honestly, everybody is very angry when they start sounding like this. We should forget about everything and then do as if nothing happened and become one Nigeria. That is
And
not
that is
going
what
to.
keeps us here till today. We try to forget, and
And
which we
for how
cannot. I told
many
you,
years? And then,
we are
my
trying to forget
sister,
what we cannot.
exactly. When you try to forget it, they will do even more because they are advancing. Let me tell you why some people were in Nigeria platform then. Maybe because it hasn't come to maybe a place or happened to where maybe they know somebody that it has happened directly. Until then, they will continue being shouting one Nigeria. It can be Mekwatari, they can do something and it can work, until they see it happening maybe close to them. Then the person may say, I think that's exactly what is going on. This Mike Arnold or whatever, yeah, you may tell me that he knows about Benue. He don't know about Biafra. But I will tell you, it's a lie because they, as far as I'm concerned, they know how to do research very, very well. He cannot tell me that he don't know the story of this our Biafra.
Exactly.
Upon the movement of IPOP that is everywhere in the whole world. They can't tell me, but they will turn blind eyes on it, on that part, and be doing as if they don't know the history, they don't know the story. All of them, they have interest in Nigeria being one. They can't tell me otherwise. They can't tell me anything else, Otherwise, when people see, if a child is crying, pointing at something, all you can do is to tell the child, stop crying. You don't care to ask the child, why are you pointing? What do you want? What exactly are you pointing at? So that's how I'm seeing this thing, because the man, Mike Arnold, is just trying to make it to look like it's something that is not necessary. We are asking for something that is not necessary, that is mild, something that can be fixed. We are telling you that we want to survive. We want to survive. Okay, I heard about these 25 school children. They cut into pieces. And the worst part of it is that they will video it. They will video it so that people will see it. For what reason? For what reason?
To put fear
It
inside
means that
you.
they don't even care.
Yeah.
They don't even care. They don't even care because their agenda is one and only one: Fulanization, jihad. They don't care. You can't stop them. That's what it means. Whatever thing you do or say, you cannot stop them. So the only way out is just that disintegration. Let everybody mind their own space. That is all. That is all. So, my dear Chino, thank you so much for that quick response you did yesterday. It's a very, I appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much, my dear brother.
Thank you. What I'm doing is that I want Biafra, I want my own country where I can exercise my rights and say things the way it is, not being afraid of saying the truth, because that is why I always address Nigeria. Nigeria simply means say the truth and die tomorrow. I can't live in a country of where just only a word you will sentence to life imprisonment. Nigeria already, the name of Nigeria simply means a death sentence to every indigenous people. People that are dying today in vain, no. These 25 children that was being killed and butchered into different bodies. Why? Because they accepted one Nigeria. So once you accepted one Nigeria, you have accepted a death sentence. And we, the Biafran people, we have said, no, how can we be alive and live under a death sentence law? Or the name of the country simply mean a death sentence. Once you're in Nigeria, you can, in fact, what for you to die is just like a drama. And everybody will move on. So we have gone beyond that. There is no way we forget our grievances. And because of from the origins of those who they claim that they are the forefathers or the founding fathers of Nigeria, if you had it here, 3 of them did not have the same ideology. They never agree on one thing. This one agreed that Nigeria should not be a country. The first people that protested about to divide Nigeria was the North. They are the first people. Then when they are protesting, British was quickly to tell them, you are protesting to exit, you are into landlock. Oh. The old Eastern region, oh, the Yorubas are not inside landlock. Do not move. We will take power from them. We will take the resources and give it to you. That is why today, anywhere you have oil in Biafra land, they are the owners of the oil wells. Non-Biafran person, non-indigenous person was the owner because of the agreement. And today, they have turned back to come and tell us that we are the one inside landlock. That is why we need to debunk all these lies so that they will know that we understand from the origin. You are the one. When it's come to poverty, you are the most poverty areas ever have in Nigeria. The only thing that the British told you that we will use the money coming from the old Eastern region to make you to become a better country. That's what they are doing today. So let us and tell the world that we are not even existing because of grievances. I am living because of I want a free country where I believe the same ideology, where I can be able to protect my border. Like I asked him yesterday, among all the criminals that we have arrested and put in prison in America that are non-Americans, have you one day bring one of them out, put them inside the military of America? He said, I asked him why. He said because of they don't know the security project, how to protect America. That is also we. When an indigenous person protects his border, if somebody is entering into our border of Biafra land, you have Isoko, you have Irobo, everybody will speak their language. Here I am. They treat people on their border through a language. Once you speak the language I'm speaking, they already know. Now, people in the north will speak their language and protect themselves. We, the Biafran people, will use our entire language to protect ourselves and also believe in our own culture. Why is that British destroy our culture and they allow the culture of the Sokoto Caliphate, the Fulanis, to continue? They only destroyed our own. They allow the Yorubas with their own. It's only we. And you make it open for us to understand that we are the people that live in the democracy life that people are living today. You learn it from us. And after you have learned it from us, then you will now come to destroy us and put us by force. We are not the same. I also said that we are answering one Nigeria because of 3 things. Crude oil, palm oil, and the cocoa. This is only 3 reasons why a name Nigeria called. If this thing does not exist, nobody will answer Nigeria. And it is true, which I have it under my research, that is because of the mineral resources that are coming out from old Eastern region and the Yoruba. And it is why I answer Nigeria today. And moreover, that the old Eastern region has more than another person in the region. That the amalgamation is because of the interest of financial aspect, not for the betterment of people who are living over there. That is why today, to prove that, there is no good hospital, there is no light, there is no road, there is no food to eat. People are starving. There is no common clean water. That is, the interest is not for the people to survive, but the interest of that the North must be the most richest country. That is why you see all over the North being built by the minerals coming out from our territory. That alone has proved that we are not one people. Coming to those who are the founding fathers, did not agree on one thing. The different ideology is also what happened in them. So once a country is being created, I asked him yesterday, did the America being created because of economy? He said no. Did you being created because of, why do you exit from the Great British? Don't you think that what makes you to exit Great British then, that you don't have your right to do what you want, is the same that happened to us. And we have undermining the 967 ideology of Biafra to end impunity is what is causing the problem today. That truth is what is hurting all the whole world. Because if Biafra was a country today, this genocide you see today will not be happening. Because we have been living before the amalgamation. And when you check the life before the amalgamation, there is no killing. There is no genocide. The killings is just a war that's between military and the entire particular area. That is how it happened, not the way it happened today. And there is an agenda already that Nigeria was given to them by a white man, which is true. It's been given them. So they want to take their country. And the way that we say, this is not our country, allow us to be in our own country. You are begging us to stay. We will not die because of people of Benue.
Very simple, my dear brother. Sorry for that. Sorry to interrupt you, my dear. It's very simple. They are claiming Nigeria belongs to them. And we said, we don't want to drag Nigeria with you. Is it not very simple? Take your Nigeria, answer your Nigeria, and leave us alone. We are not asking for too much. We are not asking for too much. If it's here in Western world, it's very simple. They will put it in a referendum. Everybody will just speak their mind. You know,
like what happened to Czech and Slovakia? Did they not separate peaceful? Why did British exit from the
why would Mike Arnold support referendum speaking towards that? You see so many people shouting that they are not comfortable with the governance in Nigeria. It's very simple. Just champion that referendum. Champion it for us instead of telling them, advising us, giving us this advice that being in one Nigeria would be better. Better how? You can explain
we
more.
Don't need another referendum. We have done our own.
No, I mean him. I mean him. Yeah. Look, let me tell you, my sister, even if they say referendum, we will happily accept it because it's going to work as well. That's what so many people want.
Now, I have a question on that because I hear I kind of oppose to that. You know why? Because when you look at the whole picture is to stop us. Which way is it UN that will conduct this referendum? Or OIC?
Sorry,
or
my dear
is
sister.
Nigeria?
It's like you didn't watch Mazi Simon Ekpa during the time he was doing exposition or doing program. There was a time he said he did that program about the referendum. Even if they say we are the people, only us in our region. We are the people that will choose how we are going to run it.
We are the ones to choose a date and invite anyone who would like. Yeah.
The whole Nigeria is not going to get involved, you know.
But we have done our referendum. That's what I'm saying.
That is that is why it's called self-referendum. That one gave us the power, and authority to do our declaration.
Yes, because I don't want us to because any other referendum now is going to destabilize what we are already doing. So we are done with that.
He left for USD government to accept that we want another referendum or we are not. And our demand is to make it openly that there is no other one. And there is a way out of it. The way out of it is this. They said we want 10,000 ID card because of we
it's also a referendum. Yes.
Referendum. That if you give us this ID card, this referendum become automatically true. As we have an evidence.
And sit at home is also a referendum. So we have a lot going on.
So we have done everything.
That ID card is a more legit one, you know, because it's one person, one ID card. They may argue that our self-referendum, but you see this ID card is just a one-way thing. I don't know if you get me. So that ID card is a more legit one. That's why
in their own eyes.
Let us not undermine what we have done already, because
What we
No,
have
Well,
we are
done,
just saying we are just saying it the way it is. There is no undermining anything here.
because
That is the way it is.
when America did their own, it was only 50 people that went to sign signatures. We have 500
56.
people,
Maximum 56. 56 in number.
56, and we have 500 that went to sign and say we quit
Yeah, and
Nigeria.
this is 21st. Don't forget, this is 21st century. You will still go by what the
The
um
law is all
the law
about.
at this moment. Yeah.
Okay,
So
how about the redeclaration? Because if we have done our redeclaration, which the international community have already accepted as a pathway, and we have already formed the government, we may not need all of that other referendum and to be honest, what McArnold is saying is not even for us because we are already out of Nigeria.
That is it.
You
That
know,
is it. That is it.
exactly. Why we are even talking about him is because so many people, our people mentality. When they see
People fool there.
Oyibo,
If you see
they will
that
say
platform yesterday, people
they
fool.
will say Oyibo don't talk.
Eh,
So that's why we really need to clear air here. Otherwise, our people, once they they see Oyibo, ndo to why is your you know?
Asatina,
Hmm?
please, again, Chino, can you answer me? Is this the same Mike, is your Mike Arnold or Mike Spence? Which one that our former Minister of Finance, Ogen Kerry, uh, said, what am I going to tell Mike? Is it the same, this Mike?
I don't know. I don't know whether it's the one I'm
no,
talking
no,
about.
it's not. It's not. That Mike is the number 3 in America.
That one is Mike what safe, Mike Ruby, right?
No, 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 it's not Mike Rubin. Mike
Okay,
Rubin
okay.
is the one that comes to give talks.
Mike Ruben is the one we invited on the declaration day
Yeah.
through Zoom. He talked to us, and I want to. I don't know. I cannot stop thanking you, Madam Origin, Asatina, River Goddess. This your stand with the United States of Biafra Declaration. It gives me confident that I became overconfident. What they are pushing now is that they have gotten the information from Nigeria that Biafra have been declared and there is no more other declaration or other referendum that will be carried out. So these are matured agents they sent to criticize or, as Madam Origin said, undermine what we did. Certain, I don't know if you get it like that. They are trying to undermine what we did, and that referendum cannot happen again from what we did. So I keep on appreciating you people, women especially, who have tied their wrapper. Coat is as Madam Origin put it well. Unu kere isi akwa unu kekpo ya ekekpo. When a woman want to fight, she first of all tie the wrapper very, very well to be ready. If people tie this wrapper and they came here to defend and debunk all what they are doing, as Chino said, the declaration or the referendum cannot happen again. It's only United States of Biafra government that will say yes or say no. So I am pleading with all Biafrans. If we don't want this to get to this point, can we, if possible, get this 10,000 ID card ready? We have the numbers, we have the signatures, we have the government, and we control our land through Monday to Monday, sit at home. So, Biafrans all over the world listening, I know we can do that. We can do that. We have about 5,000 or more than that living in America. We have more than 2,000 living in Britain. To get 10,000 ID cards ready is not going to take us 1 month if we contribute and do it. So it will go together with our self-referendum and our ID card. That means case is closed. And they are afraid also because of the fresh update from our Deputy Prime Minister, giving the opportunity, and she accepted to run into the United States of American government, being a senator from Georgia, Biafrans. This is what they want to prevent. If our mother win that seat, are you telling me that she's not going to talk with Trump one-on-one tomorrow for the recognition of Biafra? And I want us to bear one thing in mind. In Finland, we are told America is not going to be the first to recognize Biafra, and they are not going to be the last or the third. So what are we waiting for? Let us get our ID card. Let us get our identity and stand in the gap of our restoration. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Odogwu Enugu and Madam Origin Asatina. We want to make it clear on the issue of our document has superseded everything. This is our peaceful declaration. America did not have 10,000 ID card. They only used their declaration document and the signature of the 56 continental congressmen. That is what gives them recognition from Morocco first. We have done that. Then based on when it's come to when the lower level of African people, they want to doubt us. So on that doubting mind, in the movement of having a new country, it's only in Africa. They talk about using ID card to prove that you are fully in charge of what you are
I'm
saying.
telling you, my brother. Yeah,
So,
all eyes on Africa.
Yes, I
And
have
even
done.
when you look at it, that is I got angry when I heard that. I'm like, okay, look at what is going on in the contraption. How you don't even you have your name or you have something written Biafra, and even going on your own without saying anything, they will tell you Biafra. How many people are in prison just because? So it's not even that one must, even if they make it for the whole world, because Nigeria is worse. When I say worse than North Korea, I have never seen any country that is as bad as that contraption. This is a country of particular concern that burn down a house with the people inside, roast them for nothing. And you are expecting the people in there that is the if they should unoccupy Biafra land. Once they unoccupy, every Biafran will. I tell you, the 50 million Biafrans that went and did the referendum that they want to be out. This is why I told you people that UN, that thing is a big bonga fish on their throat. Because these people voted despite the fact that they know they could have been fired. And UN did not find it in their hearts to set up referendum with these people crying for the last 50 years. And they did it by themselves. And you now want to tell them to go and get ID card. Give them the $100 now. UN, bring $100. It's money. It is, ID card is optional. We have done everything. We have done, do you know what it costs for Dr. Ngozi Orabweze to have every elite squad to go through INHL? All these things, penny. And meanwhile, our oil money, they're using it to go and buy ammunitions, equip Boko Haram, and all of the atrocities. If this is not man's inhumanity to man, I don't know what else it is.
Yeah, very annoying.
So
Very, very
nobody should
annoying.
even talk about, everybody should. It's important to get your ID card. But if they use it and say that is their final clinical, they are just being evil and wicked. Because even in the bulk of the people that voted are in Biafra land, but you can't even expose them to start getting ID card because they will buy them if they find the ID card in their hands. I mean, they may have to, it may get to a point, but it's open. I leave it there. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. We have
Of
our
course,
brother Bishop Onaga.
even without only flag, with only flag, they are buying them. Not to talk of when they see ID card. Because that's why this ID card is not open for people in Bongo yet. Because all we are fighting is for survival. So we want to do away with anything that will expose them and put them out for buying, that will danger their life. So that's why it's not even open for people in a bit. Outside that, 10,000 ID card. I mean, people in abroad are enough to make it happen. So, yeah, Mazi, somebody came in.
Yeah. Bishop Onaga, please have the mic. Bishop Onaga, are you available?
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you so much. Yes, I'm available. Thank you so much, my brother. You are doing a great job. Keep on digging deep. And because you are really bringing something, things that they deprived us, they keep very far away. They hid from us. You are helping us, and as you are bringing it, we are also helping you to disseminate it, to make sure that it gets to the roots, to our people, in the homeland and everywhere. So I really want to appreciate you once again. Keep it up. You are doing a great job. Then I want to, there are so many things, but let me start from here. The statement that our sister was talking about, he said Obama made. Is this his Obama? Let me quote him. He said that keeping Nigeria together is a task. That was exactly what Obama said. Keeping Nigeria together is a task. Then, having said that, the Mike we are talking about here is Mark Johnson. That is the one that criminal Isaiah Anyog talks about. Then I want to quickly send a message to Mr. Arnold. Mr. Arnold, in case if you don't know it from this platform, that keeping Nigeria together is mission impossible. Mission impossible. Over there in your country, you understand, or in the Western world, you understand how dangerous it is for you to be in a diversified place like Nigeria. Staying with people whom you don't have anything in common with. But here you want us to be together. My message to you is that if you undermine the truth today, your children will face what is worse than what we are facing today. Because when they finish dealing with us, they will switch over to you, to your children. And by then they will have nowhere. Nobody will help them. It is better for you and your likes to start saying the truth the way it is. We have given you people, America and Europe, an option, two options to make choice. One is to recognize the United States of Biafra as a sovereign nation, which is peace, or you embrace the jihadist Nigerian government, which is terrorism. The choice is yours. Make choice. That is my message for you, Mark Arnold, and the people that sounds like you, because I know very well that most of you, Tinubu's money, the money from the resources from our land has reached your hand in a wrong way. That money is blood money. Anybody that received that money and failed to speak the truth, the blood of those whom we are defending today, those whom we are speaking on their behalf today, their blood will trouble you, trouble your generation, trouble your children. So, make haste while the sun is shining. It is now or never.
Exactly.
United States of Biafra is the beacon of hope to every black race in the world. Israel, America, our prime minister have told you people that you need an ally. You need an ally in West Africa that will be 100% Christian nation. And that is what we are offering you. It is up to you. But one thing we want to make you to understand is this. If you undermine our resolve, know it today that our resolve is sacrosanct. We are not going back. Thank you so much, my brother. I am a citizen of United States of Biafra.
Thank you so much. That's who we are.
Bishop Onaga, Bishop Onaga, Amowoke ya Bruwoke. Bishop Onaga, Amowoke ya Bruwoke. That's a nice one.
That is a nice one. Thank you quickly. Yes, Mark Arnold, we also want to remind, like I said, on your hand these days, you will receive messages and messages from us because we have remembered you fully. We also want you to know that.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes. I can hear you.
Okay, please, I want to let me explain something because I know some of you don't know. This Onaga, this Bishop Onaga here, because the other day our sister was kind of, who is this Onaga? This one is not that Onaga you know. This is Bishop Onaga that is, you know, this Onaga is Onaga na pantin de sabo.
Okay.
Onaga na pantin de sabo.
Yes.
Anya tadogo this USB like arụrụ anwa a na-akpọ auto okolisi. We go die there. Ndewono.
So, thank you.
Bishop, Emma, okay. So this name was inspired by that exposition was in Simon Ekman, right? Huh? Upona?
Bishop, can you
I
repeat
didn't get you clearly. I didn't get you clearly. Can you come again? I didn't
I
get you
don't know.
clearly.
Did you get this name from the exposition of Mazi Simon Ekman about Bishop Onaga?
nke na-aga na pantị
Ka
ụmụ
m
nwaanyị?
na-agwa gị nene,
Okay,
nke na-aga na
remember
pantị ụmụ nwaanyị. So,
exactly. So, Imana Omechara Oranikputu, Bishop
Yeah.
Oranikputu.
ka m na-agwa gị nene,
I see can before I will say this one because nke ya ahụ emechaziri napụ ya dị Onaga nyezie ya Oranikputu. So ndewo maazị
anyị anaghị echefu.
unu na-azakwa
Anyị anaghị
unu
echefu
ga-
ihe ọbụla anyị gafetara, anyị were ewelu ngwa ọrụ.
Do you know that each
Yes.
time I see you on comment section, I will quickly remember that exposition. Why am I hearing myself? Each
It's
time
coming
I
from
see him on comment section, each time I hear this Bishop Onaga, I remember that exposition of my sister Simon. So it's a good one.
Yes.
That is history being made.
Exactly.
Yes,
But
so
Yes.
thank you so much. Thank you
did
so
you
much.
confirm now that he is Bishop Onaga that doesn't go? that that doesn't go now. Please go
Yes,
ahead. Go ahead. You know.
we want to round up by sending a message to the world and also sending to Arnold. That's Nigeria. The intention of creating Nigeria as a country is not what you trying to advise people to remain there. The interest is because of only three things. Because of what British we gain from us. That is only the interest. And because of it is a failed and a mistake creation of called Nigeria as a country. That is why people are dying. So this last message I'm playing out is for you to know that what makes a name Nigeria can it make the name of the United States of America to become a country. Listen to this message.
The straight answer is no. Without those specific commodities, the amalgamation of 1914 would not have happened. The British did not merge the North and the South for the sake of nation building or shared culture. It was a purely financial and administrative merger designed to solve a British accounting problem. 1. The budget gap reason. Before 1914, the Northern Nigeria Protectorate was a deficit territory. It was landlocked and expensive to govern, and it cost the British Treasury in London a lot of money every year in subsidies, grants and aid. The South was a surplus territory because of the massive customs duties collected on palm oil and cocoa. The British Colonial Office wanted to stop spending British taxpayers' money on the North. By merging the two, they could use the surplus from the South to pay for the deficit in the North. No oil, cocoa/palm oil equals no surplus. Without that money, the British would have had no pot of gold in the South to fund the North. 2. The railway logic. The British were building a massive railway system to evacuate cotton and groundnuts, peanuts, from the north to the sea. Building railways is incredibly expensive. The revenue from palm oil and cocoa trade in the south provided the financial security, collateral, needed to fund this infrastructure. If there were no resources to transport and no money to pay for the tracks, the British would have had no reason to physically or administratively link the two regions. 3. The corporation model. At the time, the British viewed their colonies like a business. Northern Nigeria was a massive territory with a large population but low liquid revenue. Southern Nigeria was a smaller territory with a coastline and high-value exports. Amalgamation was essentially a hostile corporate merger to balance the books. If the southern branch of the company had no profitable products like palm oil or cocoa, the head office in London would never have authorized the merger. What would have happened instead? If those resources did not exist, the British likely would have abandoned the North or left it as a series of loosely protected but independent emirates. The South might have remained a collection of small coastal trading colonies, similar to how Sierra Leone or the Gambia started. The map of West Africa would today consist of several smaller sovereign nations instead of one large Nigeria. Summary. The amalgamation was driven by greed and accounting. Without the wealth generated by palm oil and cocoa, and later the prospect of petroleum oil, there was no business case for the British to create Nigeria. The country was unified to make it self-financing for the British Empire, not to benefit the people living there.
Yes, so that is our message to Mark Arnold in conclusion of our program today. Why people answer Nigeria. So I leave the mic for Madam Origin to just lay in some kind of explanation to this in her own kind of good English. Please, ma, if you're here with us, if you had this research I play out right now, I needed your voice to carry on because of the kind of English that is coming out. Because honestly, something is here to discuss.
Thank you. The bottom line from all you said is nothing but the gospel truth. It is not because of shared values. It's not because of there is anything else. When you look at it realistically, when it comes, what makes a nation, what makes a people come together, even in marriage, you cannot, you can't pray to marry your enemy. Someone you see wants to buy you, you go and marry the person. It's dangerous now. In the whole three major ethnic cultures that made up this contraption that I call the British poisonous cocktail, there are no shared value, no shared culture, no shared ideas. The ideas are opposite. So instead of nation building, it was the people destruction. So I hope and I believe, I pray that Mike Arnold, as much as he has a soft spot for the Benue and Plateau issue, I believe with him taking a little deeper dive, he will even see that Biafra is the lifeline for anybody, any indigenous person inside the British cocktail called Nigeria, the poisonous cocktail. Anyway, that this cocktail is poisonous. It is a poison. No indigenous person is coming out alive. They'll go house to house. Mr. Arnold, look at what is going on. It's just like maybe Biafrans, or from our side, we are kind of vocal. We don't hide things. What is going on in Kwara State is eyesore. It's abomination. But the president is from that side, and he's doing nothing. How can you, in fact, even for crying out loud, what makes a nation? What makes a nation sovereign? When they are talking, saying Nigeria is a sovereign, what makes it a place that cannot protect the people? That marauders come in at will, sack village, that an ideology is destroying lives, and you want them, that whatever it is must not continue. The only solution is to look into how to dismantle this to save lives. If these people say, okay, this is what we want, we say we don't want, then how to solve the problem is come and solve the matter in the way that the people that say they want it, you say, okay, is this what we, Biafra, say we don't want? So help us get out. And that will solve in fact, it will save it. Biafra will help save the Plateau and Benue people, Mr. Arnold. That's all I'm going to tell him. But keeping Biafra, they will just infiltrate, because they are, with speed, they are infiltrating. The earlier, the better. And by the way, we are already out, Mr. Arnold. We are now a sovereign state called United States of Biafra. Or you will help us through Senator Ted Cruz, because I know you speak to him. Tell him to tell President Trump that we need help with our elite squad. We are training them through IHL. And because we have done the right things, we just need that help to tip it off and speak to Nigeria and say, these people are out, leave them alone. That's all we need. We don't even need much. You don't need to go. The other day, they said President Trump spent billions of dollars to save and to help the people in Iran. You don't need that. You just need your mouth. Say, okay, these people say they don't want to be part of Nigeria. Leave them alone. That's all we need. We get our mouth, we get our hand, we get everything to protect ourselves and to save ourselves. It's just that so long as Nigeria footwork and footpath is inside the Biafra land, they come at will and buy the people. All this what you're hearing in Benue State, it is happening, but nobody is going to, in our place, they don't talk anymore. If you talk, they won't honor the person. Anyway, let me rest it there. Thank you so much, Mr. Professor Chino.
Thank you so much, Madam Origin. Before I further give the mic to my brother, Triple M, Biafra Status is on the commercial greeting all the Biafrans. He said, greetings, Mazi Chino and the great Biafrans, Umife. Shalom. God bless USB. Great program. Mazi Ezedosu, thank you for all you do also for the side of standing on the truth. To defend the truth is what we needed this time. To let the world know that there is no truth behind what they have left or what they've tried to forget from 1967 to 90 that is hurting all of them till today. So we have already seen it, Arnold or anybody in the whole world. Nigeria was being created because of there is particular region that has mineral resources. And that is only why it's a country. How can it be? There is no value of life. A country that cannot protect their border. If America, anybody refuse today to support you as you are declared, you don't have right to invade Iran. Because the same, what we are passing through is just, let us defend ourselves. Under self-determination, we have overmet the criteria. Under the middle section, we have overmet the criteria. Under the declaration document and the everything, we have overpassed. What it doesn't take you time to accept from other countries that are follow white, it takes you a decade before you can accept it because of we see us as black people. And what makes you who you are today is from us. In different offices where we have in your country, where we reside, we are number one. We are doing best. You don't want us to use that best with our own country. You have had it here clearly. Why? If there is no crude oil, if there is no palm kernel, if there is no cocoa, nobody will answer Nigeria as a country. So now, Arnold and all of you, the whole entire world, remove these three things. Then you find that nobody is a Nigerian. How can people be a country because of mineral resources? That is why they are a country. Who does that? Where has happened? Is that all of you become a country? Where is the value of life? Please, Triple M, please take up the mic.
Wow. Thank you so much, my brother Read Biafra TV. Thank you. We're the Biafran people. We can't thank you enough. We appreciate you for your good work, more especially the research so far, despite the fact that it involves money, but you took it upon yourself to make sure that, you teach your people what they need to know. During the time of is it India that did that as well, which you also read to us? It was the government that paid the people that, helped in doing all these things. But our case is different. Yes. We do our things. God knows the reason why we are here at this point in time. Thank you so much for the good work. We appreciate you. And also other individual broadcasters as well. We appreciate each and every one of them for the good work so far. Yeah, my brother Ocean Master, I greet you. Madam River Goddess, greetings to you and other people that have already spoken. And our people at the comment section. May the good God continue to strengthen us, give us the strength and courage for which to continue on this particular tour, because once you are cooking and you apply some quantity of salt in your meal, if that one is not okay, remember maybe you decide not to add another one. have it in mind that the previous one you impute is invalid because you can't test the good test of the male. Now, my question to Mr. Arnold is this: can your enemy be your security? That's a simple question. If Mr. Arnold can acknowledge the enemy to be his security, that's fine. That means we are okay, we are good to go. And see what is happening to Iran, between Iran, Israel, and America. Can American employ Israeli people to be their security? Can America employ the Iranian people to be their security? Same with Israeli. They can never employ their enemy to be their security, because if your enemy shot you, you cannot allow that same your enemy to be the surgeon that will treat you. Why is all this thing now? Why is all this opera? Left, right, center. They are all of a sudden everybody is now preaching. We have to be together. You know, it is not surprise to us, because during the time of Obama, he said keeping zoo as one, keeping Nigeria as one. Because when we call zoo, most of them don't know what we mean. When we call zoo, we referred it to Nigeria. Obama said keeping Nigeria as one is a task they need to do, without minding the program, without minding the unaliving of people there. What concerns them is the economy. And our prayer day and night, anybody that wished that Nigeria should remain as one, may the condition of those suffering on that particular useless contraction, may it be their portion. Anybody speaking, saying that diversity is strength, may it be their portion, day, night. Enough is enough. There are so many countries that have gotten their freedom. Many nations today, they stand on their way. They are moving forward, they are growing. None of them has faced the kind of problems and killings people of Nigeria has faced. Yet everybody kept silent as if nothing is happening. Even the so-called Iran between what is it called? Russia and Ukraine, the fight that have been there for years. The people that have been eyed there is not even half of what has been eyed in the zoo on daily basis. But you see Nigeria as if nothing is happening. Everything is normal. We are happy today. We are happy today. Why we are still standing like this is because we have gotten that thing people think that we will not be able to get. We have gotten it. There is nothing you people will do that will stop us. At the end of the day, you guys will be shamelessly accept us because we have made it. Gone are the days we don't know the road. Our people have been running round and round, and you people are rejoicing over it. Sending the zoo military, do whatever thing they want to do against us. It doesn't matter. Nobody will talk. Today, USB have changed the narrative. It doesn't matter what you guys preach. We are holding you people on scrutiny. You can never run away from your shadow. You people can never run away from the truth. We'll be hitting you people left, right, center with that truth. Doesn't matter how long it takes. But the message is, at the end of it all, we must go home. You guys cannot stop us. You guys cannot stop us. It's better we do the right thing and keep pushing than doing the wrong thing. Today, we have gotten it right. Preach oneness all you care. We don't care about that. We've already gotten what we want. So if take it to wherever you wishes to. The right thing must be done at the appointed time. And we are doing it. You can't stop us. So, my people of United States of Biafran, today is our fundraising. We have to meet together again, do as usual. The little we get, God is multiplying it, because freedom of Biafran people is the project of the God Almighty, and God is doing it gradual process. Nobody would have believed that we'll be where we are today, despite all the fight, even from the in-house. Today we stand tall and strong. Congratulations to all the genuine Biafrans. We have gotten it right. If you have not applied for your ID, please, it is your right. Those usually shout, when is the freedom coming? The freedom is already here. What left now is you. Go and do what you're supposed to do. Those in diaspora, go and apply for your ID card. Because USB has given us what we want. Don't mind those talking rubbish. We are here. Like I said, I have gotten my GP tank. I have stored it for those that is fighting against what we are doing today, where they will pour in their tears when the time comes. And it will happen. No, it's not rocket science. Well, time is coming. It will happen. My happiness is our constitution is there. He has taken care of everything. It's not something that maybe this thing was it was because of me that they wrote it in the constitution. The constitution has been in existence, so draw your ear. Those fighting against what we are doing, both home and abroad, the constitution is there in Amazon looking at you, and you are misbehaving. Not tomorrow you say, pardon, tamper justice with mercy. One day, no ignorant in law. Hear it and hear better. Amend your ways. We can only tell you now. According to Bible, they say end time, when the Antichrist will come their way. If you don't believe in Christ, they will buy you. You do this. My brother, let's ask our first question. What is happening in the zoo today? Is it not an Antichrist? Today you have your chance to right the wrong. Speak out the truth. Fight against the Antichrist you are seeing today as the Islamization of the zoo. When they will catch you, if you don't believe in Islam, they will buy you. What does that mean? What name again do you want it to bear? Or is it because he's not bearing an Antichrist? Is something that did what is against the Christ. Is Muslims are they not against the Christ? So you guys have to wake up. Those that is still preaching, thinking that there is a time everybody will disappear, they say it's rapture. Fight. Use the one you have at this moment and fight. Since today now, they've not turned the law upside down in the zoo. Self-defense now is against the law. Only in Nigeria. Self-defense is now against the law only in Nigeria. And I see people jumping from pillar to pole, talking about PVC and election. Shame on you people. Useless people everywhere. The first ever election of that country was rigged. The first ever. If the first ever election of that country will be rigged, how do you think that they will get it right in future? How many years now? How many years of creation? When you engage them in debate, they will tell you, what about America? When America was in our age, 60-something years, do you know where they are? Go and Google it. Go and check it. The kind of thing happening there in the zoo never happened during the time of America on their 60-something years. The only country there yesterday is better than that today, and you still have hope. A lot of you will buy there. Thank God I'm no longer in Nigeria. I'm a Biafran. I am a United States of Biafran citizen. And the Nigerian government, Nigerian apparatus, everything that happened to be with Nigeria, they have to leave our land. We are no longer part of them. We have taken our faith. They say freedom is taken, it's not given. And we have taken it. Nobody is coming to give you your freedom. It is you. You have the right. It is your right. It is our inalienable right to take our freedom. And we have taken it. Right to preserve, right to live. Because everybody in that contraction, no one is living like a human being. When you call them zoo, they became so angry. Whereas what they are doing, even zoo is even much better. Zoo is more organized than what is happening in that useless contraction. My genuine fellow Biafran citizen, once again, I congratulate you people. And also I appreciate our government. Our DPM is doing marvelously well with her cabinets. All our prayers day and night is for God's protection and more knowledge and direction. We also extend our love and prayers upon the head of our leader, Mazen Nandekano, the President of the United States of Biafra, and our Prime Minister, Honorable Mazi Simon Banjoko. That same God that called you people for this particular journey will never let you down. We are fighting to finish. No going back. No regret. It is the will of God that his kingdom on earth must surely come to reality. And it has happened. Once again, I say congratulations to us. Thank you so much, my brother Chino, for giving me the opportunity to air my view. At this point, I yield the mic. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm giving the mic straight to my senior brother, Mazi Greg. Please take the mic and talk to Biafrans. You're welcome.
Yeah, Mazi Chino. That's my brother, Kekime.
Thank you so much for coming.
My greetings to all Biafrans. But I just come in and put my listening throughout the day. I'm just a little bit busy. So I greet every brother and sister in the studio. And my greetings to all the Biafrans, both in the comments, and my prayers to our leader, Mazen Nandekano, that God who keep him to today will continue to guide and protect him until Biafra will come, and if Mazen Nandekano will witness it live. And the same thing to our PM, Simon Banjoko, that the heaven will protect him and guide him, and set Mazen Nandekano and our PM free for them to continue the good work. The Biafrans are very eager to go home. And the God bless Dr. Ngozi Arabeze. We pray for her as she is kicking off her campaign. Our prayers continue to go for her for protection. For her enemies shall be confused. Those who curse her, God will curse. And those who fight her, God will fight. That is my prayer to her. And God give her, fill her with wisdom and knowledge and tolerance, that she will kick her campaign and be able to handle the job that God have assigned to her to make sure that Biafra gets home. That is the priority for that is the highest priority for her and for all Biafrans. And since God has put her in that position, the God who put her in that position will give her the wisdom, knowledge, and power to make sure that the door is open for us to go home. We don't hate nobody. We don't enjoy seeing any fellow black or neighbor or friends, Africa or Europe or any part of the world. We don't enjoy seeing blood. We are people that hate anything that called blood. That is the culture of the Biafran people. That is 100%. We don't kill. And we don't love killing. So that is why we are fighting to come out from the country that enjoy blood, that suck blood of their innocent and their brothers and sisters and neighbors and their friends. We want to come out from such people. They are not friends, they are not brother, and they are not good neighbor. And that is why God must hear our prayers and understand what we are fighting for. Yes, Mazishino. Yesterday, I was in this Twitter with you. I was there too when Mike Arnold. Why I come in is for me to use this opportunity to send the rest message to Mr. Mike Arnold. He must understand the Biafra. It's like he said he had Biafra, one of the Biafra best friends who was his mentor, but he don't understand the man, or maybe the person he called mentor might be that kind who don't care about anything that happened to other people, since he's not, those problems doesn't touch him direct. So maybe those are the kind of friend he had. Because if he had a good friend, he cannot be saying what he's saying about Biafra, or he cannot even tell any Biafrans to wait the next day for his freedom. That is the fact. So I don't know the person and those that surrender him that called themselves Biafran, and he had them as a friend. If he had a Biafra citizen, an Igbo man, or any other part of Biafra, especially the Igbos, who have suffered since 1914 from the hand of the Fulanis, if he had those people as a friend, at least they must have given him a little tip of what the Biafrans are going through. I had a friend in Lagos. His father had properties in the north. I forgot the side of that north. They lost everything at a point. When this problem started, he told his father that let them sell those properties, some of those things, and move down to the east. And the father did not take him serious. Until a time they lost those things in the twinkle of night. They have to run with their life, their property, their house, their business. They lost it in the north, and they ran down to the east. All of them, they were about 5 children. And the father died in that north, in that very problem. In the north. This thing happened, should be around 90-something. You see? So while I knew this, I was somewhere in Lagos when the guy, the container come in, so he want to organize the people who want to offload that container. And the person who, it happened that some of those Hausa are the people who want to offload it. So the price they were discussing didn't work. So those guys didn't know that this guy understand Hausa, he write even Hausa. So when they say if who they want to do, even to the people, the man that owned that very container, that was when the guy used Hausa and started applying them. And they have to get to start fighting. At the point, that guy said he would make sure that if this is the opportunity for him to revenge what they did to him, to his family, the father, and all his brothers, and make them to move down from that north to the east, that he will use these people to set an example here. So it was out of that love and that fear of blood that made people to take away those Fulanis away from his hand in that Lagos. So what am I trying to say is that Mike Arnold, if it indeed that he had those so-called Biafrans as a friend, they would have been giving him a lot of stories. So that's what to happen. Millions of people lose millions in life. And this is the country you call one Nigeria. This has been happening years. The people who buy business, they will go and destroy it. This is the country that said that they are one country. When they produce alcohol, they will take the tax and they will take the huge. They are the ones who have more in sharing of the income in Nigeria. And they will take the more, the bigger part of this thing, and they will use it and go home. And when those things people get their business there and paying their tax, one day they will go and say, no, you will not sell alcohol. They will come to your shop and destroy all your trailers and all your beers and everything that concerns. If you have a hotel, they will burn it and tell you it's haram. These are the people doing their business in the same one country. And all this have been happening for years and years and years. I'm not want to start coming down to the Lagos or other part of Nigeria, even that Abuja, what the Igbos are going through. If there is any problem in the Europe where they make caricature of Muhammad, they will go and start burning the Igbo's house and the shops in the north because they are Christians. And the Igbo governors cannot speak, because when you speak, they lay one allegation against you because they knew they are corrupt. They know the Igbo governors are corrupt. So because of their corruption, they will not speak. Once you speak one thing, they will remember your crime. That is what is happening to Malami. That is what is happening to, what do you call him, Rufai. And many of the other Igbo governors. If you speak to defend your people, they will open your book of crime and use it and put you in jail. That is the system how Nigeria be running. And when people will be asking, why do you support Biafra? We support Biafra not just for any other thing, but because they use the Igbos governors to kill their own people. You cannot protest. When you protest, they will send you repented Boko Haram, they will send them from the north and send them to the east, and they will start killing and burning businesses, burning shops and houses. You cannot protest. And they will put you in jail and call you terrorists. So everybody is afraid. It doesn't matter who your position, it doesn't matter how educated you are, it doesn't matter how rich, as long as you are not licking the ass of the government of in question, you will not speak. And while licking the ass, you will accept everything they do and every condition they gave to you. That is how the system Nigeria has been using to enslave every Nigerian citizen. So, coming to the question that Mike Arnold asked before we left yesterday, he was saying, if you are telling him about Biafra or divide Nigeria, what will he do with those children that he is taking care of in Benue? Number one is this. The so-called Benue people, the Biafran have extended hand of friendship to them. But they don't want to accept that friendship. Mazinan can have done that. If any Benue, you only need to support the Biafra, and if you want to join the Biafra as a country, that you are free, we'll accept you. That was the answer to Mazinan. We accept the Benuans. We can join with them and be one. We only have to agree and go into constitution on how we can become one country with the Benue. Mazinan can have given that condition. Mazinan can have given condition that if any of the Christian North fear his life in the North, he have right to come down to the East. He will give them free access and let them live in the Biafra land. That is another thing he promised them. But how many of them is waking up to call out for the breakup and call out for the freedom that they're yelling, crying every day? Arnold said, what will he do? Arnold, if you build a single house, each family that is in the IDP camp, you build houses for them one after the other, and you send them back to the IDP camp. Then you will send the American military and the police to who will be coming to guide them as long as you call one Nigeria. Because you're asking, what will be with those children that you are helping to build and train in the school? So you have to come and protect them. What are you doing in America? Come down, move down to the Benue and live there and give them protection. Come and be their police, come and be their army, as long as you want one Nigeria. You cannot say you want one Nigeria, you build houses enough, and it's not enough, and you send them back to their houses. It's not enough. 5 years, give me 5 years, they will destroy their houses again. As long as you're in one Nigeria and there is no division of Nigeria that will control the border, where those Fulanis are coming. Go and watch the interview of a governor of one state in the north. He told that the Fulani is a free citizen of any country in Africa. But they cannot go to Ghana and be free citizen. They cannot go to any other part of. It's only in Nigeria that they are citizens. So they tell you, say it openly. You know, they hide it that they are free to come into Nigeria and they will become a citizen. So when you rehabilitate a terrorist, reintegrate a terrorist, you send to keep that reintegrated and rehabilitated terrorist, and you give him army and they give him police and give them gun. Will you give him does the thing to go and fight his fellow terrorists in the Sokoto, in Borno, in all those places. No, they will send them down to Benue and to the Biafra land. Because they cannot go use them to go and fight their brother. It's impossible. They know it is not possible. So they will only send them those places that they will go and they will go be causing mayhem in the name of army and police. And you are telling us what will be of those children you are training in Benue. What will be of them? What will be of them is that you will send America army and police to be guiding those children in the school, guiding them in going in the buses, guiding them everywhere, since he doesn't want to draw border, and everybody will control his border and know who is coming in and who is going out. Because the condition you are giving us the same condition that Britain put us into, that we are suffering today. And you're asking those questions, making it as if it's the Biafrans that is causing the problem, or who are who are separating from people. Because in every part of Nigeria, if there is any business, if there is any church, 90% belong to the Igbos. So who is tribalistic? Who is causing division? How many of the Fulanis have building or property in the Biafra land? None of them. They can go to Saudi Arabia and build mansions. They go to Dubai, build mansions, but they cannot put one single block in the south or in the Biafra land. The same thing to the Yorubas. They can go to the London and America and buy property, but they cannot build one block in the Biafra land. And you call it one Nigeria. And when you come to their place and you develop, they will destroy it. Tell me how can you go in the local government and take permission to build properties, and the same government will come and tell you that this property you got from their office is fake, and they will have used that opportunity and destroy those to your billions, and they have nobody to run to, just because you are a Biafran and they want us to remain in that one country. Tell me how you will do education, and somebody and a civilian will come and tell you you cannot come to Lagos and contest election, and don't come out to vote if you know you're not coming out to vote for Tinubu or APC. If you come out, they will kill you openly, and the government and nobody will arrest them. Tell me in a country where you want to be one country, where a king in Lagos will tell you if you not vote those people he want you to vote, they would push you into lagoon. And the king is still remaining in the seat. But if it's an Igbo man that made that, then it doesn't matter your position as an Igbo person or Biafran, they will put you in jail. And you want us to still remain in that particular country. So you don't continue indirectly giving us the same thing that the British give to us. We will resist it and we will not accept it. You better rethink what you are saying. That is my message to Mark Arnold. And we love you and we love what you are doing in Benue. Thank you, Mas Chino, and God bless Biafra.
Thank you so much, Mazi Greg, for that wonderful outing yesterday. I remember that now. I remember that you had your voice before I was able to give the mic. And I'm happy that we passed that message to Mark Arnold yesterday to know our stand. That's whatever that he said. And I threw my questions and my challenges to him to answer us, which he somehow he decided from that correct answer wanted for him, because of we will not die because of people in the Benue. And whatever you are building in the Benue, you are making your own profit from there, Macanot. Whatever you think you are doing, because the money is not your money, it's the American money. There is no how you are not benefiting from it. That is why you want to remain in that your business to be reaching your family. Also, that is how I see it. That is how I address it. So, in my final conclusion today, the time is clocking serious for me to exit. Mazi 3 please take your 2 minutes to final submission and back to Mazi Greg in 2 minutes. So we can be able to exit that. My time for work is up. I have only 10 minutes left. Thank you so much, 3 Take up the mic. 3 are you close to your mic? Because we're waiting. So, Biafrans, please try and be logging into many space. Wait for like 20 minutes to know what they are discussing before you exit. Because if we did not join in the other place yesterday, we will not pass the message. And when you go in, you will see all these people with fake message. You see those who IPOB. You will see those are from Chiamaka Jere camp with them. They will be there. So please, we must be sending our message whether they like it or not. We must do that. So, Mazi, please, for your final submission, I want to, because of time of my work, I have only 20 minutes to exit from the program back for my job. Thank you so much. Your final submission, please. Mazi, are you close to your mic for your final submission? Okay. We are going to wind down Biafrans. I want to thank all of you in the comment section today. Everybody have done well. I want to start thanking from Madam Origin to Asatina, to Dogwe Nugu, to Triple M, to Mazi Greg, to Bishop Onaga. I thank you all of you all for supporting and standing here on this hour. We have taken maximum 3 hours and today's program. So please, the same time tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we might have 2 times if program permits our time. Then we'll be here to discuss issues. Why we must continue on what we are doing. Remember that today is our fundraising. Please support, no matter how small, no matter how little it is. Put it there. 1 + 1 is 2. 2 + 3 is 5. Please, 2 + 1 is another big number. So please, dear friends, let us continue to support our movement. That is all we did this time. Take your ID card. It's one of the things that is holding us as of now. So please, I want to thank you all and also tell you that what we are doing, what doing. Nobody will do it for us. We are the one to pass our message. We are the one to tell our history. Nobody will tell our history this time around. Let us go out there to tell what our history and believe in our peaceful declaration, our self-referendum vote, the ID card, and all the legal documents that USD are putting in every appropriate authority. Nobody will reject our documents. Nobody. We are the one delaying. You are refusing to take the ID card. Is part of how we are delaying the movement. Let's close the world, their mouth, by giving this 10,000 ID card. Then the world will know how serious we are, that we are not playing. And we have a
Yes, I'm here, brother. Sorry, I wasn't close to my mic.
Yeah, just only you have only 2 minutes because I am kicking.
Oh, yeah. I won't even take up to 2 minutes. My people, my fellow Biafran people, my genuine fellow Biafran people, the United States of Biafran citizens, let us not forget in hurry. Between 1967 to 1970, the other people, our enemy, told our history. That was why we are where we are today. But today, we are here to correct the impression. We are telling our history by ourselves. Stand up and speak for yourself. Because if your enemy tell your history, you know what that means. Don't allow what happened to us, 1967 to 1970, repeat itself. Never again is now. We move. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Triple M. Thank you. Solo, I see your message. Let me see what I can do about that. Thank you so much. Through my WhatsApp or through our group. Thank you, every Biafrans and those who stand here up to now. We move and you'll come back tomorrow again. Mommy Margaret, thank you so much for all your comments and all your support. And the Equem Justice, Chris, Biafran son. All of you are wonderful people. We must tell our story. From me, from here, have a wonderful night. Thank you so much. Thank you.